Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I am your host, Tony, also known as the Couch Scout Extraordinaire, Pastor Trenches, and affectionately known as Low Tone Tony. Hey, so before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. As always, subscribe to the channel, turn the post notification bell, select all, and share with your family and friends. I greatly appreciate everybody this morning. How's everything? How's everybody doing on this fine Monday morning? How's it going? All right, did everybody have a good weekend? How was your weekend? Did everybody get home safe this weekend? Hey, this is one of the favorite times of the year right here. Training camp starts this week. Huh? Oh, you ain't hear me? Yeah, I said training camp starts this week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The boys will report on the 22nd. From my understanding, there was a correction in the date. I know it said rookies report Tuesday on the 21st, and the veterans report the 22nd. I believe everybody reports the 22nd now, and camp will start on the 23rd, which is Thursday. But top of the morning to everybody. Top of the morning to you. So yeah, today we're going to talk about the defensive front. Can Carolina finally win up front? Talking about the interior defensive linemen and edge rushers. That's what the topic is about today. We're going to talk a little bit about Derrick Brown. We're going to talk a little bit about Jaelan Phillips, their contributions to the team. Can they help the team? Can they create more pressure? Can they help Evero get deeper into his bag? Yeah, we're gonna cross all those topics off today. All right. So as always, we're building a real football conversation over here. No fake hot takes, no media spin, just facts, film, and football context. So make sure you check the links in the YouTube description. That's where all my social media links are for exclusive content. Think about becoming a member of my Patreon. Over there we have deeper football breakdowns, discussions, film analytics, draft previews for draftable players for next year's draft. So we're going to ramp up here real soon over there on Patreon when it comes to breaking down players and breaking down film and things of that nature. Okay. Carolina has invested in this defensive front. Derrick Brown is the foundation. Jaelan Phillips is the major addition. Nic Scourton enters year 2 after tying Brown for the team lead with 5 sacks as a rookie. So today we're going to identify 3 things the Panthers must improve: interior control, pressure that changes drives, and a front that allows Ejiro Evero to attack instead of constantly covering weaknesses. That's what we're going to cover today. Shout out to Uncle Gates. He said, top of the morning to you, my guy. How you doing? Can you hear me clearly? Let me know in the comments. You know, I took a suggestion from a fan favorite, a Patreon member, who suggested that having a little, upbeat music in the background would do the show good. So I took him up on that. So tell me if you hear me clearly over the music, so that way I would know if I need to adjust anything. And matter of fact, let me know, Uncle Gates, how you like the beat. Yeah, let me know. Say crystal clear. My guy. Hey, hit that like button on your way in. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button for me. I will drop the link Uncle Gates, if you want to come up on the panel, that'd be cool. Yeah, let me drop that link for you real quick. All right, there go the link. Put my comments up there. Yes, sir. What's the temperature like where you at, Uncle Gates? What's the temperature this morning? It is a smooth 102 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny in the UAE at 3:07 p.m. Yeah, y'all heard me right. 102 degrees, sunny. Yeah, I'm not built for that for them sun rays outside. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know now. The wife had me out this morning going to get the tire fixed on her car, and I really didn't appreciate it. I let her know when I got home I didn't appreciate it, and I will not be going back outside anytime soon, especially today. I have run my errands, I have done my job as a husband, and yeah, that's it for me for today. Yes, sir. D Cash, he said, Tony, hey, what's going on, D Cash? Thank you for tuning in, my guy. As always, hit that like button on your way in for me. I greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. What's the temperature, D Cash? What's the temperature in the Queen City this morning? Let me know what's happening. How was your weekend? What you do this weekend? Yeah, we're talking interior defensive linemen and edge rushers today. Can they win up front? Can Carolina finally win up front? Do we have the talent? Is everything in place? Yeah. So again, make sure you check the links in the YouTube description. All right. For the exclusive content. Again, join my Patreon. Check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me where is it at? Oh, right here. Right there. Take you to the right there is the link to the Patreon that's up on the screen. Yeah, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Yes, sir. What we got in the comments over here? Uncle Gay says 76 degrees. Okay. Broski Bear, what's happening, my guy? He said, Tony. What's going on? What's going on, Broski? Thank you for tapping in this morning. Make sure you hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Tone low. Okay. Said 75 degrees. Was in Baltimore. My son played in the Under Armour All-American game, and it was a fun weekend. Also toured University of Maryland. That's what's up, D Cash. What position does your son play? Who do he play for? Is he at Mallard Creek, Hugh, Ardrey? Where is he at? Yeah, let me know. Let me know what position he play and who he play for. To the Harrisburg Cowboys. Okay, is that a new? Oh, he's 10 years old. Okay, all right. My bad, D-Cats. Hey, get him started early. Hell, get him started early. Say middle linebacker, edge, and tackle. That's what's up. That's what's up, my guy. Make sure he getting that technique down. That's the biggest thing with kids at a younger age. Teach them early how to be fundamentally sound. Yep. He said, yes, sir. Been in it since 6. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, the link is in the chat. If anybody want to hit the panel, come up and join the discussion for today. The link is definitely in the chat. Kevlar Tom say, yo, what up, Kevlar Tom? What's good, my guy? I don't think I ever seen you in here before. If you're new, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to both channels. my channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, CJ's channel, Carolina Armchair GM CJ. You can subscribe to both channels, hit the like button, turn the post notification bell for both channels, and select all, and you'll be made aware whenever we go live. I go live every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. All right. DK as your tight end this year too. Okay, that's what's up. Hey, let him try and play as many positions as he can. That way he can figure out early which one he want to do, and then he can hone in on it. You know what I'm saying? So playing multiple positions at a young age is good for him. It's definitely good for him. Broski said, in my broadcaster voice, it's currently 74 degrees and sunny in the Queen City with an expected high of around 95 degrees already, broski. D-Cash said facts. Yeah, D-Cash, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Come on, broski, hit the panel. Come have a conversation with your boy. I know we ain't talking about Bryce today, but I don't mean you know what I'm saying, you can't come up. This is StreamYard, so I know it'll work over here for you. There you go. My brother from another mother. Goddamn General Gray Beard himself, Will Robinson. What's going on, Will?
What's up, fam? What's up?
Hey, you got it.
Hey.
You got it. How did you like that the background music?
I love it, man. I love it. Put a little touch to it. Put a little touch to it in the morning.
Yeah. Put a little something to it in the morning. Shout out to everybody. If you didn't know, Will Robinson is the one that suggested that I put some background music for the show, and I said I would. So I had to go through and find something up tempo, upbeat that he may like. So I had 5 selections. So that was the first one. Tell me, Will, what you think about it?
I like it, man. I like it. Especially when you're doing your opening monologue, it's very helpful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. It was a nice little beat. I can't complain about it. Gerald Stick Jones says, good morning. Good morning, my guy. Top of the morning to you. Hit that like button for me. And let me know what's the temperature where you're located, Gerald. Is Gerald? I think Gerald in Virginia. I think he's in Virginia. I've been trying to remember where you guys say you're located at. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, Will, today's show is about the interior defensive linemen and the edge rushers. Can Carolina finally win up front? Do we have the pieces? Do we have the pieces to allow Evero to be more aggressive in his scheme? Those are the things we're going to cover today, my guy. Those are things we're going to cover.
All right, I'm ready. I did a little bit of homework this weekend on this subject. I watched a couple of games this weekend, and I paid attention to why, not so much, that we lost, but why we lost. And then I also watched a same video. I watched a video from my boy Aaron Duncan that was kind of on this subject. So I'm ready. I'm ready this morning, man. From Dunk on Demand, I'm ready.
Oh, you talking about Dunk on Demand?
Yeah.
Dunk real cool, man. Dunk real cool. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but he was one of the first content creators that CJ and I met back in 23 when I was there for camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. NH official 7 say we're going to have a very good run D. I hope so. I definitely hope so, my guy. I definitely hope you are absolutely correct. hit that like button for me on you since you're in here. And I know you subscribe, but yeah, just make sure you hit that like button for me. Said Dunk got a new show with Joe Person and I think Sheena. Yeah, on Wednesday nights. It's called the Panthers Collective. Every Wednesday night you have Joe Person, Sheena Quick, and Aaron Duncan. They have formed a trio. I think they're going to start this Wednesday night, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they do have a new show. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out as well. Yeah. So let's start with the facts, Will. The Panthers do not enter camp without talent. Derrick Brown is one of the most important players on the roster. Jaelan Phillips was added to strengthen the edge rush. Nic Scourton enters his second season after producing 5 sacks, 47 tackles, and 7 tackles for loss as a rookie. Tershawn Wharton's recovery from neck surgery creates an important interior depth question that puts more pressure on Bobby Brown III, Cam Jackson, Lee Hunter, and the rest of the rotation. But before we get into full defensive front discussion, Carolina has 2 players receiving league-wide recognition. ESPN surveyed NFL executives, coaches, and scouts to rank the top players at each position entering the 2026 season. Derrick Brown was ranked 5th among NFL defensive tackles. So Brown returned from his 2024 knee injury and finished the 2025 season with 73 tackles, 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 7 pass defended. The 5 sacks and 7 pass defendeds were both career highs. So let's just think about that for a second. 7 passes defended for a 6'5", 325-pound tackle. Not edge. No, not edge. Defensive tackle who is more often than not getting double teamed. But you got 7 pass defended and 5 forced fumbles to go with your 5 sacks. Yeah. 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 7 pass defended. Yeah. That ranking matters because it confirms that Brown is not viewed only as Carolina's best defensive lineman. Coaches, executives, and scouts around the league consider him one of the best interior defenders in football. One veteran NFL assistant coach told ESPN that his team deliberately directed its running plays away from Brown because of how disruptive he is. Jaelan Phillips did not finish inside the top 10 among edge rushers, but he received votes from the executives, coaches, and scouts surveyed. Phillips played all 17 games between Miami and Philadelphia in 2025 and finished with 5 sacks. The pressure numbers add important context. Carolina official reporting credited Phillips with 61 quarterback pressures, the 11th highest total among NFL edge rushers. That supports the football point behind today's show. Derrick Brown enters camp ranked among the NFL's best defensive tackles. Phillips remains recognized as a disruptive edge rusher whose impact extended beyond his sack total. The optimistic argument is simple. Carolina finally has enough frontline talent to build the defense from the inside out. The cautious argument is just as fair. Brown is proven, but several important supporting roles still depend on health, development, and projection. That brings us to the real question. Can this group control early downs, close rushing lanes, and affect quarterbacks without Evero manufacturing every answer? Or does Carolina still have a defensive front that looks stronger on paper than it has proven on the field? The Panthers have enough talent to raise expectations. Training camp must begin turning those expectations into evidence. Brown's number 5 ranking and 2025 production were reported by the Panthers from ESPN's survey of NFL executive, coaches, and scouts. Phillips' 2025 pressure total and league ranking were reported by the Panthers. All right. So, as usual, hit you with the first topic. Can Derrick Brown and the interior control the game? All right. So I'm going to give you the facts first. Carolina's interior group includes Derrick Brown, Bobby Brown III, Lee Hunter, Tershawn Wharton, Cam Jackson, Jared Harrison Hunt, and LeBron Ray. Wharton's availability remains an important camp question following neck surgery that increases the importance of Bobby Brown III, Cam Jackson, Lee Hunter, and the rest of the rotation. Derrick Brown also enters camp with league-wide recognition behind him. ESPN's survey of NFL executive coaches and scouts ranked Brown fifth among defensive tackles entering the 2026 season. We already went over his numbers. So the context is interior defensive line play begins before anyone reaches the quarterback. Can the front hold up against double teams? Can it stop offenses from creating 4 or 5 yards on first down? Can it force the running back to redirect before reaching the line of scrimmage? Can it keep Devin Lloyd and Trevin Wallace clean? Derrick Brown can win his assignment, and the defense can still lose the play if the second interior gap is not handled. That is why this conversation cannot stop with Brown. Carolina needs these players around him to make offense pay when they slide protection or double team help toward him. So the question for you, Will, can Carolina's interior defensive line control games when opponents build their protection and run plans around Derrick Brown? What say you, my friend?
This is the big question. This is the big question.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lee Hunter is a rookie. We had to let Ashawn go as a cap casualty.
Right.
Do we have the depth in order to do that? We know we got Bobby Brown that'll probably be sitting at nose.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we haven't introduced part of the conversation centered around the inside linebacker play. We're just talking about the front.
Yeah.
I hate to wiggle out of this, but it's to be determined. And I think it'll bear itself out in camp.
Okay.
Is Lee Hunter going to be able to support his side of an NFL run defense? I think you pointed out that he had 1 year of productivity with Texas Tech. I'm apprehensive for that reason right there. And the depth on the defensive line. You know, I know we finally got the depth we needed on the offensive line, but now on the defensive line, is Lee Hunter going to be able to hold up on his part? So the answer to that question is to be determined in camp. And if not, we have a problem and we have a talent gap. And we have to address it. Because if not, that's exactly where they're going to run the ball.
Right. Well, go ahead.
And then run support basically means inside linebackers got to make sure they don't get those guards to get up to the second level, be able to gain additional yards on us. And Ashawn Robinson was really good at preventing that from happening. How do we do that?
Right.
From what we got today, I don't know the answer to that question. So I pause right there because that's where I'm concerned.
Okay. All right. So we've talked about this for a number of years now. Before Ashawn Robinson got here, because I didn't really hear the conversation being brought up while he was here. But we've always talked about Derrick Brown having a running mate, right? Someone to play opposite side of him, to grow with, to maybe possibly take some of the double teams away from him. This supporting group, when I'm talking about like Bobby Brown III, Cam Jackson, and Lee Hunter. They have the size, right? They definitely have the size. I think Lee Hunter may be the smallest of those three. I think he's like 318. Cam Jackson's like 330, 325. Bobby Brown is right around there, 325, 330. Do you think do you need one of those three to stand out and be Derrick Brown's running mate on the other side? Or do you feel like we have enough interior depth at the nose tackle and the other defensive tackle position to where we should keep some type of consistent pressure along with Derrick Brown, and will we benefit from that, if that makes sense?
So you're I think what you're asking is, do we have enough depth
To be a complementary piece to Derrick Brown?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I truly don't know. If we still had A'Shawn Robinson, this would be a moot point.
And hence why I thought we should have did whatever we need to do to keep him. I felt strongly about that. I understand why they let him go, but my reason was, listen, Tershawn Wharton is always hurt. You can't count on him, So why would you get rid of the one running mate that Derrick Brown finally has that can give you production? That's why I was against that move of letting him go. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I almost got started.
Yeah, and there's another key point. Not only I think they let A'Shawn go because they thought that Turk would be ready. Now Turk ain't ready. We had something very similar happen last season. You remember we had this happen on the wide receiver, where we let one wide receiver go, and then the number 2 that was going to fill the gap for him was injured starting the season. So we have to figure out something here, right? Is Lee Hunter good enough as a rookie, or will he get baptized in the NFL like most defensive tackles do?
So I'm one person that is not completely sold on Lee Hunter. I acknowledge that he had a great year at Texas Tech. I don't want to take that away from him, but I also seen and watched tape of him at UCF, and Gerald made a comment right here. He said, let's not forget how Lee Hunter helped Jacob Rodriguez and David Lee be high performing college defenders. I can't put that on Lee Hunter. He had David Bailey on one edge and Romello Height on the other. I mean, David Bailey was a 5-star transfer, and he was a 5-star coming out of high school that transferred from Stanford to Texas Tech. And the other defensive tackle that Lee Hunter was playing against is arguably one of the 2 top defensive tackles that's going to come out in the 2027 draft. There was a bunch of talent across that front 7 at Texas Tech. I think Lee Hunter benefited more from the talent that he played with them benefiting from Lee Hunter. That's just my personal opinion. Because There were some studs all across the board in that front seven for Texas Tech, and it wasn't because of Lee Hunter. That I can promise you. He was not the engine that made that front seven go. Go ahead, Will.
Right. And so that's the reason why, based off what you've explained on other shows where we've discussed, um, makes me nervous, especially when I started looking at, some of the games that we played, especially games that we did good against stopping the run. I mean, Ashawn Robinson and Derrick Brown was all over the field, right?
Right.
Will we get that level of productivity back? I don't know. They seem to be high on him. He was picked in the second round, but that doesn't mean that he ain't gonna get that smoke brought to him week down 1 through 7 of the season, and we don't got time for that. So
Right.
they need to have solid veteran depth behind him, and we currently don't have that. Kurt Wharton, he got a neck surgery, so we know he ain't playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and we know he tripped over a player and missed 9 games. He tripped over a player and missed 9 games.
Who was that?
Kurt Wharton last year. Remember he tore his hamstring by tripping over a
Turk.
player and missed 9 games. So you can't depend. I'm not saying that to be funny. I mean, literally, you can't depend on that.
Right. Yeah, that's like there's a reason why you can't cut him right now, because he would count too much against the cap. But I do believe that he definitely will be gone next year. I think unless he can come back from his injury and miraculously help this defense and show you in however many games that he may play this season that he is exactly who we thought he was. But that's a hell of a hill to climb, and I wouldn't bank on that. So,
Neither would I.
When it comes, yeah, right. So, I think that there's nothing wrong with wanting to get younger, cheaper at that position. So, like I said, I understand that move. But again, back to the whole Ashawn Robinson thing, that is one person that I did not want to see go, and I thought they would do whatever they needed to do to keep him, because I thought he was that important. Hold on, let me bring my boy Broski Bear up on the panel. What's good, Broski?
Tony, Will, good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning. Top of the morning.
Just getting my coffee ready, man. We're hey, I like the topic again that you're on right now. Lee Hunter, I didn't, want to call in and start unleashing my criticisms so early in the morning, but since you seem like you're not completely sold on Mr. Hunter either,
I am not.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple general rules of thumb, one of which is I don't really aim to if I'm drafting, I don't like the Big 12 for players in the trenches, right? I try to go for SEC and Big 10 players. And the reason for that is when you look at these kids in college, to me there's 3 big factors, right? There's their production level, what do they actually produce in college, their athleticism, how athletic they are, and then the competition they played against. I think all 3 things really need to be kind of weighed, when you're looking at a guy to draft. I don't really think he played against the elite competition, right? Playing at USC and then at Texas Tech.
UCF.
I'm sorry, USC. Wow. UCF. Central Florida. Sorry about that. Yeah. And then at Texas Tech. And then I mean, athletically, he really didn't test well at all. At the combine.
No,
and I'm not Mr. Combine guy. I'm not Mr. Underwear Olympics guy, but The lateral movements, the explosiveness, those type of numbers that are typically more for like a defensive lineman, you know what I mean, that you really want to focus on. Like you're really not going to be too concerned about their 40 time and stuff. But just everything else. Like he just didn't test well. Like he seemed tight, I guess what you call it.
Yeah.
So
Tight hips, can't bend.
yeah,
He does have an explosive first step. He does have a nice swim move in his bag. I don't think he holds the point of contact well, especially if you're at the nose tackle position. You got to be like a fire hydrant. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to withstand and hold a double team because it's going to come on the regular. Can you hold point? Can you push the center back? Can you recreate the line of scrimmage? I have not seen him do that.
Yeah, those are great points, and I agree. Like I keep looking at his profile, and I'm like, because I thought he was like 6'5", 6'6", but I'm like, he's really only like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah,
and it's like I think it's because he played so straight up and down. Like he played like with too high of a pad level. Like you're saying, like he looked like he was taller out there than he was. You know what I mean? Which you could correct that. You get coached up, but at the same time, it's like back to what you were saying too. It's like, is he playing nose tackle? Is he playing 3-tech? Is he going to do a little of both? Like, is he really going to be good at one or the other? Or is he even like a tweener with just those two positions? Like, who knows?
Yeah. Me personally, I think he would serve better at the 3 technique position because he would see less double teams. He would be able to utilize his first step quickness better. I just don't think he's strong enough and big enough at the point of attack to play the nose tackle position.
Yeah.
I just don't. That's just my personal preference. But let me go back to the debate question real quick and have you answer that, broski. Can Carolina interior defensive line control games when opponents build their protection and run plans around Derrick Brown? What say you?
Yeah.
Before you hold on, before you go, let me go back and say a couple good mornings. Let's see. Yeah. Quante Lewis at top of the morning to you guys. Top of the morning, Quante. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button for me on your way in. Tim Bullock, 2410 said good morning. Good morning, Tim. I appreciate you being here as well. Hit that like button for me. With Candy Girl. Candy J Girl. I never really noticed that J. Candy J Girl 803 says morning. Good morning, Candy. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit that like button for me. All right. Good morning to Poppin', even though he didn't say pop good morning. Start fussing automatically. What's going on, my guy? Thank you for tapping in this morning. Hit that like button for me. He said, I've been saying this for a minute that they needed to keep Ashawn, but people told me I was stupid. That's why I wanted the 3 technique from Clemson. Talking about Peter Woods. Yeah. Let's see who else. Did I miss anybody? Oh, shout out to your boy broski. Red Swan 1522. Yeah, he said I did a lot of pre-draft scouting of the second and third round draftees. Lee Hunter and Christian Miller were my favorites. Although I'm pleased with Avion Terrell, I was high on Lee Hunter. Okay, Red. Well, you have to tell us why you was so high on Mr. Hunter. I would love to hear that. Antonio McClanahan said, what's up, Tony and CJ? What's good, Antonio? Hit that like button for me. He said, what's up, chat, the panel? He also said, like, subscribe, comment, and share the stream. Yeah, in that order. Can the girl with the praying hands? Oh, now he want to say good morning. What's up, Poppy? SC, what's going on? He said, "Sup, low tone. What's going on, my guy? Make sure you hit that like button. Thank you for tapping in this morning." And Red Swarm said, "Good afternoon, Greek, and good morning to the broski, Will, and the chat. Good morning, my guy."
Shout out, Red.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, broski.
Yeah, so looking at the big boys up front on the defensive line, I think we can all agree Derrick Brown is one of the better ones in the entire league at his position. You know what I mean? And I think Bobby Brown does a pretty good job playing nose tackle.
Big facts.
So I think the question is about who's going to be their sidekick on the line starting with them, and then do they have depth on the line, right? So that Wharton with his neck injury, I mean, he's starting the season most likely on the PUP list, but who knows when he'll really be able to come back, if at all, because the neck injury is difficult. They don't necessarily heal the right way at first, or it's hard to predict how long it takes to heal, all that good stuff. So my point is, I'm not putting too much faith in him until you kind of get a better update on that injury, right? So Wharton really just kind of an enigma right now. Lee Hunter, like we said, he's gonna, you think he could get thrown into the fire, pretty much right off the bat, but you also have to see how he does in camp and preseason and stuff, right? To see if he's, sometimes players take a year or two to develop, even if they're drafted in the second round on the D line. Like, they're not always ready to get thrown out there. So if that's noticeable in camp or, preseason, whatever, maybe they hesitate, but I'm not sure how much what their other options are right now. Like, that's the thing. Cause I'm looking at the depth chart, and honestly, it's a bunch of names. I don't know who these people are, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. There's a bunch of unknown names. I mean, when you get outside those first 3 or 4 that we mentioned, there's some guys I feel like is going to make the team, like Aaron Hall. I like him out of Duke. There may be one other guy. I can't remember his name, but there's some potential to have a strong rotation. But yeah, my bad, Broski. Go ahead.
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, so you still got the one guy I forgot to name is Cam Jackson. All right, so he's still there.
Right.
I believe he was a draft pick, not last draft, the draft before. So this is his second year, I believe. And that's a big body dude, right? Like, that's a big boy.
He plays high, don't come off the line of scrimmage as quick.
I keep telling you.
One of my knocks on him. One of my knocks on him coming out of Florida, like, if you really just watch the line of scrimmage and watch his get off, it was always like a half second behind everybody else. And I was like, that, yeah, to me, that wasn't good enough.
Tony, we're on the same wavelength this morning, man, because I'm going to tell you right now, the Bears have a guy out of Florida, Gervon Dexter. Like, these Florida defensive tackles,
twins.
They look like twins. They're 6'6", they're 320, 330. And then you get this Caleb Banks kid who came out this year, who the Vikings mistakenly took in the first round.
Exactly.
He's another one. I'm like,
that's a fact.
These guys, their first reaction is to stand straight up, and then when you're 6'6", man, you're in the NFL, you're getting swept away in the run. I'm sorry, those guards are going to have a field day moving you. Like, it's not even going to be a problem. They're like the three. They look like almost clones of each other out there when you see their college film. But anyway, hopefully he can show some improvement. I mean, they're going to need him to. So yeah, A'Shawn Robinson. Now he's in Tampa now with Vita Vea and Clancy. Man, Clancy, that's a heck of a D line they got there in Tampa now. Holy crap, those 3 guys! Wow.
Yeah.
But the Panthers, I think they're just going to need that third guy on the D line to step up, man. Whoever it is, I mean, I think that's the key. They went from like.
No, go ahead, finish.
I was just going to say they were like the worst run defense in the league in 2024. They definitely improved in that, in 2025, but I still wouldn't say they had a good run defense, but going from literally 32 to like, whatever they want to, 23, 22, something like that. Definitely a step in the right direction, but losing Sean, I'm not sure he was replaced. I think that's the concern. And the depth is a concern.
Right. So I got a question. Will, you can go first on this one. So we've talked about outside of Derrick Brown, everybody else, in my opinion, seems to be virtually unknown or has very limited production, especially when you talk about like Bobby Brown III. Okay. Will, who becomes Carolina's second most important interior lineman behind Derrick Brown?
Bobby Brown the third.
Bobby
He's the
Brown.
veteran. He's the veteran,
Okay.
right? He's going to be lined up right next to him.
Right.
He may have to be forcing, if they're going to be double, and teams have said this, they literally have plays that says the alternate play is to run opposite 95.
Right.
Yeah. If they're checking out of a run play, it is checking out of opposite 95. Think about that.
Yeah.
So that means that they're doubling Derrick Brown. That's one. If they're going to run the ball, they're doubling Derrick Brown. That means that Bobby Brown, you're going to have to hold the middle, and you're going to also have to give support to whatever that rookie got going on over there. So
yeah,
he's going to, Bobby Brown is going to have, because our defense, they play gap and a half on the O line, on the D line. It's gap and a half protections. So if that's the case, we're going to need you to do a gap and 3/4 until that rookie get up to speed. So Bobby Brown is going to be the second most important piece in ensuring that we can stop the run, because we don't want to regress. We know what happens when people are able to run the ball on us. We just do not want a repeat of 2024 again.
Right. Broski, what you think? Who becomes Carolina's second most important interior lineman?
I mean, by default, it has to be Bobby Brown. It really does. But if they don't get that third solid starter on the line, I think that's going to be a problem. So, I think Bobby Brown's kind of like the obvious choice, but really it's like they need that third guy, whether it's Lee Hunter or it's Cam Jackson. Even though Cam Jackson, to me, he's really more of like a nose, if anything. Like, I don't think he's playing 3-tech.
No, he is strict. He is strictly nose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they just need a third amigo out there, big time. Like that's going to be the key. So honestly, I'm going to say the X factor, like that third starter, whoever that is, that's going to be the most important role, because you know what you're getting in Derrick Brown and Bobby Brown. I feel it's it kind of is going to help unlock them a little more too. Having that third guy who can go out there and be a dude.
Okay. Hey, for everybody in the panel, I just dropped my first poll. It says, what is the biggest interior defensive line question? You can put 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the comments for your answer. The poll will tally. They would tally up your response. I can't get my damn word out. It would tabulate your response, and we will get to those results in a few minutes. But 1 is depth behind Derrick Brown. 2 is Tershawn Wharton's availability. 3 is interior pass rush, and 4 is run defense consistency. So yeah, just put a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the comments, and the poll would tabulate your response. All right, somebody just put 1 in. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hold on one quick. Sideburn 21 said, good morning, my guy. Thank you for tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. And Sideburn said, just realized I was on CJ's channel. That's cool. Either or, CJ channel or my channel. If you're not on my channel, at least go to it and hit the like button and come back to CJ channel. I greatly appreciate that. and make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. Oh, Red talking to Antonio McClanahan. Okay, all right, cool. So, I'm gonna ask y'all this, and Broski, you can go first with this one. Because you and I are not big fans of Lee Hunter. What is a realistic year one role for Lee Hunter?
Realistic year one role is that he is the top, like he would be the fourth D lineman in the rotation. I think that's realistic. Obviously,
So
there's
you don't expect him to start game one?
I was going to say, man, there's obviously a real opportunity availability for him to do that. That spot's open.
Right.
Right. I just think it's going from Central Florida to a Big 12 team. I don't think he's going to be ready for it right off the bat. I think it's going to be something he's going to have to grow into as the season goes along more. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, because if he shows he does have the talent at the NFL level, like I said, it's difficult going from UCF to Texas Tech to the NFL. Like it might take some time. So I think for me, realistically, he has to be like in the top 4, like rotation wise. Ideally, it'd be great if he would start, and that means that draft pick panned out. But that's kind of a wait and see.
That's true. True.
I'm just not confident to say that yet. You know what I mean?
Okay, Will, what you got? What is a realistic year one role for Lee Hunter?
Unfortunately, I would hope that he would be the number 2. I would hope that he would have been the number 2 behind Turk Wharton.
Right.
However, he's thrusted into the starting lineup. He's going to have to start. He's going to have to be a serviceable starter this season. That is a scary proposition for me personally.
Why so? Why does that scare you?
Because I still got PTSD from 2024. And and because of that, I'm not sure, it's to be determined. And I guess once we see, hopefully it gets some burn in the Hall of Fame game. Hopefully we'll get some information on the joint practices when the beat reporters are out there seeing how he did and all that stuff. I'm really going to be paying close attention to what he got going on, right? I'm going to be paying more attention to what he got going on than if our number 1 draft pick starts or not. That's how important this is, because we know if he don't start, Rasheed Walker can start and be serviceable. We good with that.
Yep.
We don't have that on the defense. Yeah, I'm talking about the first round draft pick. So at left tackle, we got service. Like we have answers if the number 1 draft pick isn't ready. We do not have answers if Lee Hunter isn't ready.
That I'm with you when you're right.
Right.
I'm with you when you're right.
A realistic expectation right now is that he's a serviceable starter. And that's scary.
Yeah, and I think those are really good points, and I think also it's like you're still trying to figure out what position he is. I feel as well, so it's going to be tough for him maybe to kind of just hone in on one position right off the bat, right? Because they move him around. Oh, maybe he looks better at nose. Oh, let's move him to 3 tech. Oh, let's move him to the other spot and let's see. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
not having that solidified will could impact him as well. As far as how fast he's up to speed.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask y'all one more question, and then we can move forward. Because since camp is around the corner, a couple days away, and we got 4 games this training camp, so we should be able to see a lot of production from the guys that we have questions about. Outside Derrick Brown on the interior, I think everybody else is up in the air. Besides Bobby Brown, I love Bobby Brown. I don't know about a lot of people, but I love Bobby Brown and his limited playing time last year. I think he showed how effective he can be from the nose tackle position. That's just my opinion. But and Will, you can go first on this question. What would make this group trustworthy by the end of camp?
What would make this group trustworthy?
Yeah, the interior defensive lineman. I love when I get them stumped early in the morning.
On that defensive end position that Lee Hunter is sitting in. Not only do we have a starter, but we have a good rotation behind Derrick Brown and that whoever that starter is at right at the other defensive end position.
I don't mean to cut you off. Why do people love calling a 3 technique a defensive end?
Because that's what it's called on the depth chart.
I don't care.
On the 3-4, I'm sorry. I mean, I see that. I see that. I see that I have.
I see that I have.
I see that I have touched a nerve, and I.
But no, it ain't just you. It's a lot of people, and I'm like, listen, if you don't play consistently a majority of the time from the 5 technique on out, you are not a defensive end.
Well, I'm sorry.
A 3 tech is a defensive tackle all day and twice on Sunday. That's all. I just want to get out of my chest.
All I'm just saying is the way that the positions are aligned according to the depth chart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I just thought I would be grammatically correct. Apparently,
well, I'm gonna tell you that damn depth chart is wrong. Okay, they wrong. I said it.
Hey, sir. What we can do is we can send a formal complaint in to Ejiro Evero and staff and see if they make the change. I don't know what to tell you past that.
Oh, God.
For the sake of this exercise, I will use defensive tackle. Okay?
Okay, thank you. My man.
Woo! All right. So, but to have serviceable, we not only am I concerned on Lee Hunter, I'm serviceable about, I am concerned about the rotation. What is Cam Jackson showing us?
Nothing. Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
We got an undrafted free agent out of Duke.
Yeah. So
Duke ain't got no starting quarterback, ain't got no starting deep man. That ain't, and come on.
And I think the key word that you said, Tony, was trustworthy. Am I correct? That's what you said. What would it take for them to be trustworthy?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't think the answer is on the current roster. Like, to me, for them to be trustworthy, it would be like, okay, they swung a trade and they acquired a veteran D lineman to put in, or you know what I mean. A guy gets cut and they pick him up. They pick up a veteran. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my honest thought. I don't think anyone could really look at themselves and say, like, we're starting Lee Hunter, that's 100% trustworthy. Or I don't even know what the other option is. Like, just to be completely honest, like Aaron Hall. Like, I mean, Manny,
you're right.
Manny, you know what I mean? Like that's yeah.
You are absolutely correct with that. I think that Evero, the coaching staff, the team, is hoping that by bringing in Jaelan Phillips to create pressure on the opposite side of Nic Scourton will benefit and help the guys in the interior. And I hope that is true. I hope that he does make those guys play above their level, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I hope those guys are able to benefit from the talent, from the rest of the talent that's on the defensive line, and they can step up and play above where they currently are. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping when it comes to that.
One thing I will say is this really quick: that Aaron Hall kid, like you said, he played at Duke. Manny Diaz is one of the best, most elite defensive minds in all of college football.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Talk to him, broski.
Yeah, he is, man. From his time at Miami to being that D coordinator for Penn State, I'm a Penn State fan. I was very disappointed to see him go. I wanted him to become head coach there. So
exactly, a lot of people did.
Yeah. So I mean, Duke is actually like a defensive-minded team. Are they ever going to get the talent of even other schools in the ACC? Like, no, they're not. But he coaches them up, and that defense plays some sound football. So
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
he truly maximizes the talent that he has.
Yep,
he truly does.
So Aaron Hall, I'm sure I'd have to dig into him a little more, but I'm going to assume he has the technique down. He has, he did have some good coaching while he was at Duke.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you, if you go back and watch some tape on him, I haven't even really watched tape on, so let me just throw that out there. I have not watched the full game on him, but highlights that I've seen, I think he played in one of the Senior Bowls or Reese's Bowl or something like that. One of the bowl games this offseason. One thing I can tell you he twitched up. Ain't nobody on that defensive front got a quicker first step than Aaron Hall.
Wow.
Now what he does with it on the NFL level, can he make it, work in his favor, be more beneficial for him? That remains to be seen. But he definitely twitched up. He definitely could penetrate, especially when you see teams that love to run the wide zone or stretch zones. Like his quick first step can cause disruption in the flow of a wide zone or a stretch zone.
Well, that's what the Bears like to run. They like to run that wide zone run game type thing. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, man. I didn't mean to. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just saying, if you ever get a chance, you want to find out a little bit more about him, yeah, check that out. He is definitely twitched up and definitely got a very, very good first step.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to go back and look at some of his film later on today if I have a chance. But it does say he has a 9.67 RAS score. So yeah, that's definitely athletic, man.
Yeah. And people that's not familiar with the RAS score, that's the relative athletic score that they started doing. How long they been doing it now, broski? It hasn't been that long.
It hasn't been that long. For like 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, so I was gonna say something like that. But they take all those combine and pro day scores and they combine them and they compare them to guys at their position, going all the way back to when the combine was held. And if you got a 9.6,
2013, that's when they rolled out the RAS score.
Okay. Yeah. So if he got a 9.6, I'm surprised he didn't get drafted. I don't know why he didn't get drafted, but I'm surprised he didn't get drafted.
You talking about the guy to Duke?
Yeah, Aaron Hall.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a little nervous because he played football at Duke. Just a little nervous about it.
I mean, I like Broski said, he played for Manny Diaz, who is one of the top defensive minded head coaches / coordinators in college football, and it's not like he didn't play against good competition. I mean, he played in the ACC, so I know it's not the SEC or the Big Ten, but it's still one of the Power Four. It's still better competition than playing in the Big 12.
Yes, yeah, I get it. I get
Yeah,
it. I mean,
yeah. Like I said, I don't.
I'm,
Yeah, go ahead.
I just would have felt comfortable if we had a healthy Turk Wharton, or I would feel more comfortable if we have a starting caliber veteran to fill out that interior roster.
Right. No, I'm with you. I feel you. I feel you on that. Yeah. So I'm gonna transition to my next topic, okay? So Derrick Brown can't command the middle, but control only creates the opportunity. Carolina still needs someone to close the quarterback. That brings us to the biggest offseason addition and the central pass rush question. And that would bring us to topic 2. Can Jaelan Phillips turn disruption into production? All right, so I'm going to give you the facts, but let me close this poll real quick. All right. So 80% people said run defense consistency, and depth behind Derrick Brown was at 20%. All right, I appreciate all that contributed. There are like 5 people. Yeah, I need more people to contribute to the poll. There's like 40 people watching right now. I know everybody's not watching from their phone or listening to it on the. Well, I can't even say the radio because I ain't on no radio. So, yeah, just need more people to join in with the polls. I greatly appreciate it. But where did I go? Yeah, Jaelan Phillips turned disruption into production. So here's the facts. Phillips has experience rushing from the edge, reducing inside, dropping into coverage, moving before the snap, handling multiple responsibilities in a 3-4 structure. Scourton enters his second season after recording 5 sacks, 47 tackles, and 7 tackles for loss as a rookie. Patrick Jones II returns as another potential rotational contributor. Phillips also received votes in ESPN ranking of the league's top edge rushers, although he did not finish inside the final top 10. He played all 17 games between Miami and Philadelphia during the 2025 season and recorded 5 sacks. The pressure production adds important context. Carolina official reporting credited Phillips with 61 quarterback pressures, 5 sacks, which was the 11th highest pressure total among NFL edge rushers. The pressure total and sack total tell 2 different parts of the same story. Phillips regularly affected quarterbacks, but did not finish enough of those opportunities with sacks. That makes his camp test clear. Can he turn more of that disruption into finished production? So here's the context. A sack ends a play, a pressure changes a play. Both matter, but they are not identical. A pass rusher can force an early throw, move the quarterback off his spot, draw a holding penalty, or push the quarterback toward another defender. Carolina still needs more drive-ending results, like third down sacks, forced fumbles, rush decisions, holding penalties, takeaway opportunities. Phillips brings the traits and experience. The test is whether those traits change the outcome of possessions. So the debate question, and Broski, you can go first on this one. Is Jaelan Phillips the missing finisher in Carolina pass rush, or is the edge group still relying too heavily on projection? What say you, sir?
Well, this is a big season, man. We're gonna find out this year. 6 total sacks the last 2 seasons for Mr. Phillips. However, he has generated a ton of pressures. So we're going to see this come to fruition. If we're going to be able to see it for our own 2 eyes out on the field. Are these pressure numbers overrated? Is it simply just a metric like he's within 6 feet of the quarterback and the quarterback maybe still completes the pass or makes the play, but he gets the pressure, so it looks good on his numbers at the end of the year. It's a tough one. I think he definitely has some athleticism. He definitely has some explosiveness. And I think it does benefit these guys on the edge if you have a really good line up front. So kind of what we were talking about. It's going to be really key to find that third guy on the line, because it's going to help the pass rush as well. I think it has more. I think that helps the pass rush more than the pass rushers kind of like help the interior, if that makes sense. So, especially in a 3-4. So,
okay.
Yeah, I think we'll see. Like, honestly, it's really, I can't be one way or the other, man. It's tough. It is. It's tough to say, man. I'm thinking what he's gonna have is an impact on Nic Scourton anyway. Like, if they're both on the field at the same time, I think that maybe takes less attention towards Scourton, and teams kind of focus on Phillips. So what I'm thinking is maybe this is really going to help Scourton out a lot. But for it to help Phillips out a lot, I think the big boys up front really need to have it together.
Okay. Before you go, Will. Hey, listen, we've been in here a little over an hour now. If you're enjoying the show, join the conversation, the debates, the vibe and the energy that the morning kickoff is bringing to you this morning, show love to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Drop the QR code at the top right. Scan it. Give whatever your heart leads you to give. There's also a pin. The PayPal is pinned in the comments in the YouTube comments. So if that makes it easier for you, hit the PayPal link. I greatly appreciate that as well. Or you can also send a super chat if you're watching this show through Carolina Armchair GM CJ's channel. You can give through a super chat on there as well. All gifts and donations will be greatly appreciated. All right. Go ahead, Will.
So we're going to need every last one of them pressures that he provided with all 17 games last season. We're going to need all of those. And we're going to need him also to finish at least 9 to 11 of those with sacks. We're still going to need those pressures. I'm not saying that sacks don't matter or pressures don't matter. They both matter in the scheme of the game. Creating havoc when a quarterback drop back is disruptive to the game, and it results in getting off the field on third down. It results in having third and long situations. All of those things matter. However, and I think he knows this. I think he got 5 sacks last year.
Yeah, Jaelan Phillips.
Given his level of production, and I'm talking about his pressures, I'm gonna need 9 to 11. I'm gonna need 9 to 11. Yep. You're gonna have to finish off more of those. And also, because of the amount of money that we've given you and we've made you our number one edge rusher, everybody else on the line should play better. And I'm talking about the opposite side. I should see Scourton should see less one-on-ones. Scourton should see less one-on-ones. He should see more opportunities to get to the quarterback to provide more pressure. Scourton is a good edge rusher. I don't want to say outside linebacker because I don't know if I'm going to trigger somebody on the panel. Outside.
I see what you did there. I see.
Edge rusher. And yeah, I think that so I should see increased because of Phillips, because they're sliding the protection to Phillips' side, and I should see Phillips winning more and getting the quarterback to the ground more frequently. Same number of pressures. I don't need no pressure drop off. I still want all 73 of those pressures, if not more.
Okay. Broski, I know you may feel a little different, but go ahead and give me your answer. But before you respond, I just dropped the second poll on the screen. What would make Phillips' first Panther season successful? Again, you can press 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat, and the poll will tabulate your response. Number 1 is 8 or more sacks. Number 2 is 10 or more sacks. Number 3 is high pressure production. And 4, major team pass rush improvement. All right. Appreciate you, Charlie the Gamer, for participating. All right. And hold on, broski. He says, Charlie Gamer said, Tony and Panther Nation, what's up? What's good, Charlie? Hit that like button for me. Thank you for tapping in this morning to the morning kickoff. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Go ahead, broski.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go back down that whole debate we had, which was actually a good discussion the other week. But
go ahead.
My whole thing is this, right? Like a pressure. It's it doesn't necessarily mean it impacted the play. That's my whole thing. So, there's a lot of times where you get pressure, right? You might have gotten 6 feet from the quarterback because that's what they use to measure a pressure, and the quarterback still might have made the play. So, whatever. But like I said, like it's going to be out there for us to see this year. You know what I mean? So, I think one of the arguments was that like a lot of he was able to generate so many pressures because he benefited from the players around him, especially when he was on the Eagles, right? Like he had so many players around him. But we'll see, man. And I do like the point that Will makes. Like this guy is getting paid like he is big time, right? So yeah, you need a 10 sack season. I'm sorry, you're getting paid that much. You're an edge rusher. You need 10 sacks. Like I'm not saying it's 15, 16, but I think it's warranted. Like, and I don't think it's really asking for something crazy. That like, yeah, you should get 10 sacks. I think the goal of him and Scourton should each be 10 sacks. Now, I don't know if Smart will necessarily get there or but I think that's a good goal going into the season. I don't think it's out of the realm of the possibility either. So, if you can get 2 guys with 10 sacks, man, then you're in business, right? And one thing if you notice about me too, just to go back to the D-line really quick, I haven't really mentioned interior pass rush. Because to me, first and foremost, until you can clamp down and stop the run, let's not get ahead of ourselves with interior pass rush either. You know what I mean? Like
you gotta stop the run in order to earn the right to pass.
Yep.
Rush.
Yep. So that's my 2 cents.
So let me bring your sidekick in. Red Firebomb, what's happening?
Good morning, good Monday morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing, man?
Doing good, Red. How you doing?
We good. What's going on, Red?
Oh, nothing, man. Just enjoying my second cup of coffee this morning. And
okay.
Yeah, trying to avoid any meetings. But if they don't say mandatory, I won't be mandatory. So no, man.
I feel you.
I'm jumping in on this topic, one, because I had time finally, and 2, this was an interesting move that y'all made in the off season, and we've had a number of discussions. You all know that. I think one of the things that I tried to highlight was this notion that the pressures, and as you guys rightly say, the disruption that Jaelan Phillips has created off the edge, that it benefited his teammates by taking some of the attention away from them and freeing them up. The stats don't show that. And Tony, I put together, well, actually I pulled up. I didn't put it together. PFF put it together. I pulled up a couple of weeks ago rate and number of double team, triple team, and chips that defensive linemen were hit with last season. And he had the lowest number of double teams, he had the lowest number of triple teams, and he had the lowest number of chips across the Philadelphia Eagles defensive front. So the inverse is actually the correct way to look at this. Jaelan Phillips doesn't free up his or his fellow linemen. They free him up, which makes his low sack total even more glaring because he's one-on-one a lot of times, either with a tight end or a tackle to get home. And, I think that's something that you guys have to look at with clear eyes instead of, this hopeful mindset that he's finally going to put up big sack numbers. I think that you have to try to analyze why he hasn't put up big sack numbers with such supporting cast that he's played along with.
Okay. So I would ask either you or Broski or Will, anyone on the panel, or maybe anybody listening. A lot of times when we hear about Jaelan Phillips, people only want to remind you that he played with the Eagles last year. But I'm going to remind you that he also played with the Dolphins last year, and the Dolphins' interior defensive linemen were all unknowns. Can't even compare, matchup, or even hold a toothpick for the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's not forget that he created just about as much pressure, if not even more, in Miami than he did in Philadelphia. That's number one. So I'll be interested in knowing what was the pressure numbers when he was in Miami as opposed to when he was in Philadelphia. So that would be helpful because that would give everybody a clear picture. Okay. And I'm not trying to be in defense of him. I like to be honest in my evaluation of a player. So I can't just talk about a player just about what he did half of the season. We got to look at the season in its totality, which was with the Eagles and the Dolphins. I know there's a lot of people that feel like that he has to have double-digit sacks to justify Carolina giving him this contract. And justifiably so. I understand. I get it. But Carolina didn't give him that contract because he was a double-digit sack player. They gave him that contract because of the pressures that he can create from the edge position that benefits the D-line as a whole. Right? So, again, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, that whole discussion about what's more important, sacks or pressures. But let's just look at the reason why Carolina brought him in. It wasn't because he had 15 sacks. It wasn't because he even had 10 sacks. No, they saw a need. One reason is supply and demand. And I know Will, Red, Broski, y'all know about that. It's not always about you doing the best or having the best, but at that present moment, your supply meets my demand. So Carolina was in demand of a pass rusher that could bring pressure, something that we didn't do very well in 2025. Hence why we only had 30 total sacks for the year. So I'm willing to say that the Panthers are taking a gamble and betting on themselves with this decision because in free agency, he was the highest rated edge that was available. It's not his fault. It's not Carolina's fault. It's just the way it was. He was the highest rated defensive end. Carolina said they would go out there and get him, and that's what they did. Now, Does the money need to justify it? Absolutely. But I personally don't say it has to come down just to sacks for the individual. How can the defensive front as a whole get better by your presence? That's what I want to see. And hopefully along the way, you can get those sack numbers up. You can help other people get their sacks number up. They can get their tackle for loss numbers up. They can get their pressure rate up. So I'm looking at it from a defensive front totality, not just an individual. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. You would expect, given the amount of talent that was on the Philadelphia defensive front, that they were going to pick their poison. With that being said, to say that it's alarming because Jaelan Phillips didn't get more sack opportunities. I share that same sentiment that you're pointing out, right? What did he do in Miami? He had, he had good pressure rate in Miami. Philadelphia wanted to re-sign him. It's just that we dropped the bag on him. And we basically said, we're not losing this one. We're not going to lose this opportunity to get this level of talent. With all of that being said, back to my original point, he's going to have to do a little bit more in the finishing category. He's going to have to finish some of those plays. But I need that level of disruption. I need that havoc. And to say that a pressure doesn't cause any impact to the quarterback, a pressure is determined that you move the quarterback off the spot or you had an impact on the passing lane or the throwing lane of the quarterback. So it doesn't mean that within 8 feet of the quarterback. Hell, if that's the case, a defensive tackle already causes disruption or should already get a pressure because as soon as he hiked the ball, he stepped back. He's more than 8. He's less than 6 feet from the quarterback to begin with. So,
talking about defensive tackle.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, I love what we picked. I love what we picked. I love that we got him. I love his productivity. I need him to finish more, but I need that havoc. I need every play the quarterback need to be saying, where is Phillips? Is he on my blind side? Is he in front of me? And oh, by the way, I need to watch for Derrick Brown coming up the middle. I need all of that to be happening. I need every quarterback to be considering these things before they drop back. And if we're doing that, we are then causing other things to happen in the passing game. I need all of that to work. So
real quick, hold on, Red. Real quick, shout out Reality Beats for the $4.99 super chat. I greatly appreciate it, my guy. He said with M-Jack, D-Lord, and JC, this defense is going to be a turnover machine with Nic Scourton and Jaelan Phillips creating pressure to the QBs. I'm okay with it. Hey, shout out to you again, Reality Beats, for the $4.99 super chat. Let me just catch up. B Wise said would love to have sacks. Okay. Hey, top of the morning to you, B Wise. Make sure you hit that like button as well. Appreciate it, my guy. He said, but if you can get pressure so QB's not patting the ball, I'm happy. Okay. Eternal said, well, nobody said pressure isn't effective. We're saying with pressure, a play can still be made. With the sack, the play is over. All right.
I 100% agree. I hope I don't think people thought I disagree with that. I 100% agree with that. So
BY said facts, Will. Too much thinking for the QB at the same time. Then where is JC, Lord, etc. All right. As he said, I think Jason was mainly picked up to help with our pressures, to help Scourton and others with sacks, more than him creating sacks himself. Okay. E-Rock said, good morning. Watch. What's up, E-Rock? Thank you for tapping in, my guy. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate it in my Usher voice. B-Wise said, good morning, all. Good morning to you too, B-Wise. Appreciate you for tapping in. And Dino said, what's going on, Circle? What's going on, my guy? Thank you for tapping in. Hit that like button for me. Ray, you was getting ready to say something?
Yeah. And Tony, you're absolutely right. I think in order to get the full picture, when you had a player who had multiple stops during the course of a season, you need to look into these numbers everywhere he played, not just in that vaunted Philadelphia defense. So just real quickly, what I did was I went back to this same article or reference that PFF put together. And he played half a season, as you know, in Philadelphia and half a season in Miami. Now, they did break down his numbers on the Philadelphia defense and his numbers on the Miami defense. Now, I haven't been able to go back and list all of the names that he played along with at Philadelphia because I was pulling up the Miami. I was going through the Philly list. But here's the Miami list. And these are the defensive linemen during his games at Miami that received more double team, triple teams, and chips than he did. Zach Seiler, Kenneth Grant, Zeke Biggers, I don't know who he is, Jaelan Phillips, Matthew Judon, Bradley Chubb, and Chop Robinson. All numerically wise received more attention from double teams, triple teams, and chips than Jaelan Phillips did. I was working through the Philly list. So far, all I got to was Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, as anyone might expect. Moro Ojomo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
What was the pressure rate in Philadelphia, and what was the pressure rate in Miami? I think somebody said in the comments earlier, Miami was 14%. What was it in Miami? I mean, what was it in Philadelphia? No, just Jaelan Phillips. We're talking about Jaelan Phillips. What was his pressure rate?
Let me see. See if I can get back to it.
While you looking that up,
Yeah,
shout out to Quantum. Hold on, Red.
Very expansive rate.
Hold on, Red. Hold on.
Okay.
Shout out to Quantum for the $5 super chat. He said, "What up, Tony? Good morning. What up, panel and chat? DB and JP will undoubtedly create additional opportunities and possessions for BY9 1000%." Hey, appreciate your $5 super chat, Quantum. Thank you for tapping in this morning. Make sure you hit that like button. I don't know if you came through on my stream on Bias Opinion Sports Talk or CJ, because I'm streaming there as well. But yeah, make sure you hit that like button on both channels, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to both. Subscribe to both. Turn the post notification bell. Select all, so you'll be made aware when we go live. And I'm here every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And everybody in the chat, don't forget to answer the poll. All you have to do is press 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat, and the poll will tabulate your response. I would greatly appreciate that. Just put a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat, and the poll will tabulate your response. Go ahead, Red. What you gonna say?
So Tony, this ranking doesn't address pressures. It lists the number or the percentage of chips on a defensive lineman, double teams and triple teams only. So I can give you that.
So it do all that, but it won't tell you about pressures. That's crazy.
In other words,
can I answer the question? can answer the question.
Go ahead, Rick.
I'm sure that PFF has a ranking of defensive edge, tackle. You guys know PFF as well as I do. I'm sure they have a ranking of defensive line pressures. I'm sure they have a ranking of cornerback blocks. I'm sure they have everything. What I'm saying is, and hear me closely, this list that I have doesn't address pressures. I never said it did. I said, Tony, and you know this when I pulled it up before, it talks about the number of chips, the number of double teams, and the number of triple teams. Now, a personal statement that I made was, if Tony and I are playing on the defensive line, and Tony is an interior defensive lineman, and I'm an edge rusher, if teams are doubling and triple teaming Tony more than me, shouldn't I have better opportunities to win one-on-ones? I'm just asking logical-minded people. So I don't
from a logical standpoint, when you address it like that, yes, it should happen in theory.
Yeah. So I don't know where I'm nitpicking or way off base when I use this report. If Tony will allow at a later time on his show to talk about pressures, we can pull some pressure rankings. I'm sure PFF provides it. This list does not.
PFF credit him with 73 total pressures for the year. Next Gen Stats gives him 63 pressures, which ranks 11th. PFF ranking the 73, which ranks him 9th. So whoever you choose to believe, I tend to lean more towards Next Gen Stats because that is an NFL, a division of the NFL. So I tend to lean more towards their stats than PFF, to be honest.
And it's like
Jay Hudge.
Oh, my bad. It's like
Jay Hudge.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
Hold on. Jay Hudge said his pressure rate in Philly was 19.3, and in Miami it was 14. Yeah, it was 14%. 14% pressure rate while on the Dolphins, and 19.3 on the Eagles.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it's like Broski has said a number of times. I'll be quick with this. Broski has said a number of times, the pressure is not an official NFL statistic. And as a result,
that's exactly what I'm getting ready to. That's what I'm getting ready to say right here.
Yeah,
no, I don't agree. I disagree with you. Because I'm about to read from the NFL.
Well, I'll let you discuss that with Broski. But it's highly subjective. Hold on, Will. I'm almost done.
Hold on, Will. Go. Yeah, come on, Red.
As he has said, is a pressure when you get within 6 feet or 3 feet. And that's probably why PFF and the other ranking have different numbers, because they may have, their circle may be wider or tighter than somebody else's to say, he got this close to the quarterback, we consider that a pressure. That's all I had to say.
All right.
Go ahead, Will.
So that's all. I'm gonna call a flag on the play. The NFL statistics on pressure. Any play where the defensive pass rusher disrupts the quarterback before the ball is thrown, forcing either a hurry throw, a scramble, a hit, or a sack. A sack is also statistically counted as a pressure. That coming from the NFL.com. So Next Gen Stats said he did that 63% of the 63 times. That's what they talking about. So so it ain't no circle, 6 feet circle or 3 feet circle. It's none of that. It is literally if the pass rusher has disrupted the quarterback from throwing the ball, forcing a hurry throw, scramble, hit, or a sack. Those are considered defensive pressures, according to the NFL.
My bad. I had my mic muted. What you got, broski?
No, I mean, and I was going to say, like, a lot of that is subjective, though, right? Like, if the guy hits him, you could see that. Like, obviously, that's pretty obvious. But did you move him off his spot? Did you make him throw early? Like, that's all subjective, I feel. But one thing I want to say,
that's you can't call that subjective when the evidence clearly states what is happening. Like if you make a quarterback move off his spot, if you make him hold the ball, if you make him throw the ball in the dirt or throw it away on the sidelines, or if you make him rush to throw and it causes an interception or incompletion, like that's not subjective. Those are things that the pass rusher affected the quarterback on.
yeah, I mean, by definition, yes, but like actually watching it, I mean, it's still a judgment. You know what I mean? For those specific determinations of a pressure, right? But that's actually not what I wanted to go on. Like we're still talking Jaelan Phillips, right? When we're talking like how he's going to impact the game. This is one thing I don't think we've discussed, and if we did, I missed it. But how has he been? We're talking about his pass rush ability, right? How is he as far as playing the run? Like, what have you heard about him? What have you seen from him as far as like, is he going to be able to help that run game as well, that run defense as well?
Well, what I've seen from tape, and when I say tape, I mean tape, not highlights or anything like that. Tape that I have gone and watched. He is just as good against the run as he is against rushing the passer. He can set the edge, definitely. I don't think there's a question, not in my mind, in my opinion. He can definitely set the edge. He can definitely help in the run game. One thing about Evero's defense, and if you're a fan of the team and really watched it, in his scheme, he loves to drop the edge back in coverage, in zone, in the flat, things of that nature. That's something too that Jaelan Phillips is good at. I'm not saying he's great and all that, but I think he's decent. I think he's good at that. And don't be surprised that Evero won't ask him to do some of the same things. I know that his number one thing is going to be getting pressure, but I also believe that he's going to be asked to affect the game in other ways. It's not going to just be about lining up, pin your ears back, and just go after the quarterback. I just haven't seen that with Evero. I don't think he's given any of his defensive ends or rush linebackers that kind of freedom to do that on every single play. So you're gonna see the guy drop back in coverage. I know we didn't like it when Brian Burns did it, but he did it with Brian Burns. Nic Scourton talked about it, how he did it last year, and also how he wanted to, become better in that aspect in the game. So I can expect Jaelan Phillips to do the same thing. But real quick, let me give a shout out to the Village Kids Show, Freddie, for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate it, Freddie. Thank you for tapping in, my guy. Make sure you hit that like button. He said, "What's up, panel? OGs, Red, Tone, and Big Will. What's happening with you, Freddie?
What's up, Freddie?
Definitely can't wait to see your see your show one day." Okay. What's this that you got here, Red? Let's see what we got here.
I like documentation over just I like to show the people, because not necessarily that I take offense, because I'm not in the habit of just trying to blow smoke up people. But I mean, and this was, again, I picked this up from Broski. It's not so much that it matters to me. I think my angle and the things that I brought up have been on a focus of how he's going to bring all this attention to himself and cause your line as a result, and Nic Scourton and others to have more opportunities to run free.
Mm-hmm.
My whole point has been that hasn't been his history, though. His history has been he's been freed up by playing with more dominant defensive linemen. And, rightfully so. I think you could expect that with Derrick Brown on the interior. I'm not saying that he won't be effective or productive. But, just real quickly, since I was called out on what I picked up from Broski, I just asked a quick question. Is pressure an official NFL statistic? And here's the answer that came back. And it is from NFL.com, by the way. So it says, no, quarterback pressure is not an official league compiled statistic. The NFL's official game statistics only track hard metrics such as sacks, tackles, and quarterback hits. And I think it's easier to analyze those. You can tell when a quarterback has been sacked. You can tell when he's been tackled, and you can tell when a hand touches him. Like Broski said, I think a pressure is more subjective. How close did he get to him to cause pressure? Pressures are considered an advanced or subjective statistic.
Now, what you need to do?
It won't hurt long, Will.
Hold on, Will.
It won't hurt long. It won't hurt long. It won't hurt long, Will.
No, it doesn't hurt at all.
Come on, Red. Come on now. Come on, Red.
Land the
Come on.
plane, man.
Hold on, Will. Hold on. Go ahead, Red.
I'm trying to read, and I know how to read faster. I'm just reading for clarity.
Red, come on now. I'm going to cut you off.
Hey, Greek, it's all good. I don't need to read, man. People can see it for themselves.
All right. So now what I would like for you to do is to Google what is considered. I read to you.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead, say Will. Say what you're gonna say.
What I read to everyone is what is considered by NFL.com a pressure. That was what I read to them. That's it. Not whether it was an official statistic or anything like that. None of that. To say that causing a quarterback to throw the ball early is so subjective, you can't figure it out, and all of this, and it's all just an angle to prove a point, and it's quite annoying because they will sit there because every time I watch every NFL game, like so and so had X number of pressures, he's pressuring the quarterback, blah 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 blah. You can literally see it's happening on the screen. But that's all subjective, right? When it comes to this particular scenario with this particular player on this particular team. It's annoying. So I pause right there.
Yeah, I think the thing is, it's like, I don't think we're arguing that like it's not good to get pressure on the other team's quarterback. Obviously, it's very good if you can get pressure on another team's quarterback consistently throughout the game. I think what we're just saying is like, these stats are kind of hollow, these pressure tracking stats, because it doesn't necessarily mean the play was
empty calories.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and you're right. You're right. So I just want to make sure that we know that pressures, according to well, I don't say YouTube, but you Broski, is empty calories, which I find hilarious.
I think some of it is, like I said, a pressure is like a sack is a pressure, right? A quarterback hit it will be a pressure. So I think, if you consistently, especially if you hit the quarterback during a game, no, I mean, that's going to add up, and that definitely could have a very, serious impact on the game for a number of reasons, right? But the whole, like, we didn't touch him. Did we move him off his spot? Do we give him the rush, the throw ahead of time? You know what I mean? Like, that to me is the hollow part. Like, it's like, okay, some of them maybe they did, but some of them, I think they're going to get credit for doing that when it really didn't impact the play that much. Is my thing.
Hey, Pewter, I see you back there. Once I can
drop down. Tony, I'll drop down and let Pewter up.
I got to drop. Okay. I got to drop too, man. I got to get going. But great chopping it up with you guys. Thanks for having me on, man. I hope you guys have a great day.
Hey, great chopping it up with you, Broski. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, Tony, if you don't mind, I'll stay. I just want to be clear on one thing. when people hear this, don't take this the wrong way. When gentlemen have disagreements over a subject, it doesn't mean they disagree over one another. So this is how you have a debate over something. That's all Will and I are doing. So it ain't that deep. Tony saying, hurry it up, Red. I don't take offense to that. I'm trying to be respectful of what the host said. So that's why I said, hey, I just posted it there. Me and Will are good. Me and Tony are good. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, always. What's up, Peter?
What up, guys? I just wanted to put some perspective in the conversation as far as
talk to
just
me.
like the feeling you should have with Phillips, right? So I Googled where he was ranked in the NFL in pressures. Google told me 11. Anybody can double check this if you want. Maybe it's wrong. But they said he was ranked 11th in the NFL last year. And then I asked Google what Yaya's pressure was. Yaya Diaby, the outside linebacker for the Bucs, and he was ranked 8th. So they're pretty much around the same area. We basically look at Yaya as a Robin, to make it clear. Like he's not the guy, but a Robin compared to a Batman.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the number 2 guy, basically.
Yeah.
Like he's not the guy, but he'll probably be a good counterpart to somebody else who can be a Batman. So however you feel about a Yaya Diaby, right? When we've played against you guys, however you felt about him, that's pretty much where you should be looking for Jaelan Phillips, is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I mean, me personally, I like Yaya Diaby. I liked him when he was coming out of college. I think he was one of the better pass rushers in the NFC South last year that a lot of people wasn't talking enough about. But that's just my opinion, and other people's opinions may vary. I don't know.
Right.
This
well, that's
has
why
never
I
came up in
brought it to
discussion
the
talking
table.
about him.
That's why I brought it to the table, because again, that's your opinion on how you feel about Yaya. Some people might have felt like, well, Yaya didn't really do nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? So
you cutting out real bad. You cutting out real
how
bad.
They should feel about
You cutting out real bad, Pewter.
Real bad.
Yeah, I'm in a bad area.
Okay. We can hear you now. What you're saying?
Yeah, I'm in a bad area, so I might be cutting in and out right here. If you could still hear me, I was just saying I was bringing it to the table because it's more of a discussion about how Panther fans should feel about Phillips. So just to help Panther fans gauge more like, okay, how should we feel about this? How do you feel? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about Yaya Diaby? And maybe you'll understand how you'll feel.
Yeah. Hey, Pewter, you still going in and out. Hey, I'm gonna drop you off, man. Hit me back when you got better location.
Yeah, and so that's a good point that he brought up about Yaya Diaby, right? So
Yeah.
I looked at the Bucks edge rushing depth chart from last season.
Yeah.
Who else did they have as a standout edge rusher on their depth chart?
They had Hassan Reddick. Didn't they have Hassan Reddick last year?
No, I'm talking
mistaken?
about standout.
Oh, Stan. Okay, yeah.
I think it was Diaby.
That's what I'm getting at. And so now let's have this conversation. They rank the Bucks defense ahead of us because of players like Yaya Diaby, right? And he led the team with 7 sacks, and the other guy was Chris Braswell, right? Was the supporting edge rusher, and Anthony Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm getting at is the havoc that is created. I want to see that. I want to be able to see that on our team. Hopefully, we'll be able to see that on week 1 when old boy back there scrambling, and we can contain the pocket and keep him from getting outside the pocket.
Right.
That's what we need. And I'm glad he brought up Yaya Diaby, because that's a very good point that he made. Because I'd like to know how many empty calories did Diaby have for him to be ranked on the NFL top 100? Was he in the top 100? I don't think he was.
I don't know.
Yet.
I don't
No,
think.
no, no,
I
I
don't
haven't
think he.
seen him yet. No.
I don't think he was in the top 100. But
Yeah.
he's considered. He was considered a premier edge rusher in the NFC South. So, but I mean, you know, the infidelity thing. I don't.
Well, Tampa had the number 5 rush defense last year, so they really stopped the run. They really stopped the run, and I think probably what he might be getting at when he says the Robin to their Batman, and I don't know. Pewter would have to answer this himself, but my assumption would be is that he played second fiddle to all of the disruption that Vita Vea created in the middle. Teams know less than 100-yard per game average rushing against Tampa's defense. You ain't getting nothing in the middle. So you go around the edge. And that's strategy. Clog up the middle, and it forces everything. Hey, water flows to its pattern of least resistance. So if you can't flow up the middle, if you intend to flow, you better go around the edge or over the top. But that's the way I see it. So
okay. So let me ask you fellas a question. And Will, you go first on this one. It's already been a controversial topic, so I'm actually just gonna ask the question. Y'all, you could just give me a either or. Should he be judged by sacks or overall impact?
I think he should be judged. I want to see the overall impact, but he has to increase those sacks. I hate to take both lanes, but he has to increase those sacks.
No. You got to pick a struggle.
All right, so
no straddling
overall
the
impact.
fence.
Overall impact.
All right, Red.
yeah,
Red, what you got? Sack?
If it's my player, overall impact, I have to agree with Will. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I agree with overall impact as well. What, Red, you go first on this. What would prove that Phillips changed the entire defense?
If your pressure rate comes up from, because I think that's why y'all
we were 27th in the league in pressure rate. Yeah.
Well, I think y'all were last in the league in pressure rate. I think you were 27th.
Something like that.
Yeah. 27th in sack, last in pressures. And so if he, when I hear y'all talk about having a top 10 defense, if he gets your pressure up to from bottom in the league to around 20th or half in the league, just based on his production, if he keeps the same pressure production, which is why I think y'all got him, not for his sacks. I mean, who thinks that? I'm more intelligent than that. Right. So if he gets you there in pressures, I think that he was I would say, as an opponent, damn, that defense is nasty. You know what I'm saying? Quarterbacks don't know what to do. They can't run up the middle with Derrick Brown and Lee Hunter and Bobby Brown. They can't get around the edge with Scourton and Jaelan Phillips. I think you're going to see the results of that. So if he don't even, and that ain't what I've been saying, he don't even have to be a player to get the sack. That's why I agree with y'all with overall production. If he maintains his same level of pressures, meaning you take away one of the avenues for the offense, then that's successful. I ain't no damn dummy. I ain't gonna keep telling you, oh, you didn't do shit. I mean, come on, man.
That's what some. I'm glad you said that because that's what some would say.
Well, that's stupid, Will.
But well.
Go ahead, Will. What you got?
No one ever said that people were smart. So, let me pause real quick because after this I gotta jump on my 9 o'clock call. But
okay,
what I was gonna say is him being able to provide that capability that we need. Now, let's just put this into perspective. I think as a defense, I think we had a total of like 70 pressures total on the entire defense last season.
I think so. If I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, I believe you're right.
And he
Yeah,
had
something like that.
And he had 63.
Yeah.
So that's the level of, just think about that for a second, chat. Our entire defense has 70. He had 63 by himself. I need to see that level of production in a way that is meaningful on third downs, that is meaningful on when they think of any passing down or setting the edge on run plays. We cannot allow we cannot allow number goddamn 7 to get loose out there. We got to contain him.
Yeah.
Right? We cannot expect for our inside linebacker to be the one to cover that gap all the time. You're gonna have to make those plays. Scourton did well at setting the edge. Phillips does well at setting the edge. So not only do we need him to be able to create havoc in passing downs, but he needs to be a 3-down back. We need to be able to week 2, stop 7, you win the game. Stop 7, you win the game. I don't care what nobody say. You stop 7, you win the game. And we did that the last 2 times we played them. You stop 7, you win the game. That's going to be important.
All right.
So I pause.
All right, real quick.
But I got to run.
Okay, Will. I appreciate you for being here, my guy. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later.
All right, great beard.
Yeah, later on.
All right, man.
I go, Peter.
All right, hold on. Before you go, Pewter, hey, listen real quick. We've been here a little over 2 hours now. If you're enjoying the debate this morning, the conversation, the vibe, the energy that the morning kickoff is bringing you on this fine Monday morning, click the scan the QR code at the top right. Show support for the show. Give whatever your heart allows you to give. I'll greatly appreciate it. There's also a link to the PayPal that's pinned in the YouTube chat. So if you can get to that easier, I greatly appreciate it. And my daily goal is just $25. Again, not trying to pay a rent or a car note. It's just $25, but it does help me be able to bring better content to you guys to continue to make improvements to the channel. So I would greatly appreciate that if you don't mind. Go ahead, Pewter.
Can you guys hear me? I might still be breaking up.
No, you clear.
Oh no, we can hear you. So let me ask you the question. The question is, what would prove that Jaelan Phillips changed the entire defense this year?
I mean, I think it's possible for you to feel it without stats being shown, but the main thing is not gonna be pressure. It's gonna be, if you need a stat, it's gonna be stats, not him, but from somebody. If you're trying to change, that's kind of. Am I breaking up again?
Yeah.
Am I breaking up again?
Bit.
Hold on.
Go ahead. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
That's kind of what I was trying to say with the whole Robin situation, right? Because we have a Robin and Yaya, and I didn't mean like Vita Vea is the Batman, even though you could say Vita Vea is a Batman, but that would be for the D line, right, or the defensive tackle. But we have Kalijah Kancey as well as a D lineman or defensive tackle that Pewter, we also feel.
Pewter, I don't mean to cut you off, but we're gonna stick to the Panthers, all right? We're talking about Jaelan Phillips right now.
I know, but I'm explaining what I meant by Batman and Robin, right? Like I said, we feel like Vita is a Batman, and we feel like Kalijah also is another Batman. Like we feel like he's the guy. We don't feel like that with Yaya, which is what I mean by what you guys should be expecting from Jaelan Phillips as far as transforming your D line. I don't know if you should expect that because I feel like that's kind of a Robin situation where he will be a good piece, like especially if you get your Batman, that Batman's going to transform your line. That Batman's going to affect everybody else on the line. That Robin is waiting for the Batman. That Robin's not going to affect everybody on the line. He'll do his part, maybe. I don't know how good he's going to do it doing his part, but that's what I meant by Robin. A Robin will just do his part and won't really affect everybody or affect the opposing team to make too much changes. They'll probably like double him here and there on certain plays where they're going to his side and like, okay, let's just make sure we clear him out the way. But what you don't want to do is expect him to basically create your D line and be that Batman is what I'm saying. That's kind of what I meant by the Robin Batman situation.
Got you. I'm gonna ask y'all one more question, and Red, you can go first.
Yes, sir.
You can go first on this one. How much does Jaelan Phillips' presence you believe will help Nic Scourton? Hold on, before you answer that, let me bring up Nick Tri-State.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Tricky Nicky, what's happening?
What's happening?
What's good?
Happy Monday.
Hey, I'm gonna go Red, and then you can answer that question that I just posed. And the question was, how much does Jaelan Phillips' presence help Nic Scourton? Go ahead, Red.
I you know, if I switch up from what I've been saying, then it'll sound.
Say what you believe.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this. I think that I could clearly see Nic Scourton for what he's going to be for y'all. And just because y'all are NFC South opponents doesn't mean that I have to change up on that kid. So I had him tabbed as one of the edge rushers that I thought that we would be drafting last year when we took Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. So I wasn't looking at edge rushers that high. I had us going a different direction, and I saw us taking him in the second round. So I thought that he would fall to the second round, and he was one that I was really looking at. I liked the tape that I saw on him because I think he's a complete edge rusher. He gets after the quarterback, he stops the run, he's strong, he's physical, and I ain't gonna glaze him too much. But I like Nic Scourton, man. I think y'all got one, man. I do. I wasn't high on Princely Yelling at all. And if you ask me today, I don't think he's going to turn into much for y'all. But when it comes to Scourton and this question of Scourton and Phillips, I don't know that having Jaelan Phillips on the other end makes Nic Scourton any better. I think Nic Scourton is going to make himself better all on his own.
Okay. All right. Hey, Pewter, real quick, I'm going to drop you off, man, since I know you in a spotty location, so I can bring up another guest, if you don't mind. I appreciate it.
And Tony, I can get out of here because I got to call my wife back, man. I didn't see her out of the house this morning, so I need to. Well, I can hang around because I know you're gonna be shutting it down soon, so I have a chance to call her.
All right, cool. Real quick before you go, Nick, what's good, Quantum?
Tone, I think your mic muted. Is it me?
No,
that's not my mic. That's you, Nick.
Nah. Good morning, Tony. How are you, my dear brother? Good morning to you guys on the panel. What's
man,
up,
I'm good, my brother. What's happening?
What's happening with y'all, man? I was just listening to the conversation.
Hold on, Quantum. Yeah, Nick, we can hear you, but you can't hear us for some reason. So you probably need to go back out and come back in.
And Tony, if you get somebody else in the backstage and you want to bring them up, remember what I said about, gonna make that call. I could drop down at any moment, brother. Just let me know, Bree.
All right. Go ahead, Quantum.
Yes, sir. So good morning to y'all guys again, man. Hopefully the connections are better for everybody. I was trying to jump up here before Pewter left. I wish I would have had a chance to make one comment regarding the Batman and Robin theme. The funny thing about that to me is I don't think the Batman and Robin theme so much applies to Jaelan Phillips and Nic Scourton. I believe the Batman of the line, personally, is Derrick Brown.
Yeah, make sure you mute your mic today. Go ahead. My fault, Quantum. I had to just throw that.
It's all good, brother. I see
Go ahead, Quantum.
CJ taking the shots. It's all good. Yeah. But I believe the Batman on the line is Derrick Brown. And let me say it this way. When you have two powerful forces and big bodies like the Brown brothers in that interior of that D line, and you introduce a guy with the edge rushing capability of a Jaelan Phillips. Now, I don't know if Nic Scourton gets the start this year. I don't know if he pushes somebody for a job, probably. But if you actually pair those two ends on the edge, you still got Pat Jones lurking in there. Okay, don't forget about that. Mm-hmm. That's going to be monumental when he comes back on the field. I think it's going to be a round robin of pressure for whatever quarterback is on the other side of the ball. Because if you have to face Derrick Brown, okay, you know what he's going to do. He's going to toss you like a Frisbee, okay? He's going to create the maximum pressure up the middle. Bobby Brown ain't going to let you do much on his side of the table, on that side of the gap. So what that's going to do, once that pocket folds in his lap, being the quarterback, he's going to have to go right or left. Pick your poison. At that point, I think Derrick Brown is what's going to create all of that havoc. Because remember, when Derrick Brown was here last year, he had to do pretty much everything last year without the aid of a defensive end. Anybody that would, Pat Jones was hurt. Scourton was a rookie. Princely was a rookie. He wasn't doing much because he didn't get the same amount of playing time. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, with Derrick Brown obviously anchoring the entire line, Bobby Brown doing his part to stuff the run, Jaelan Phillips, the pressure, and I'm going to jump behind what you guys all said. I think the overall is what you want out of him. I don't care about the sacks, so to speak, because somebody's going to get those sacks on the line, whether it be him, whether it be the other side of the right side of the field, the left side of the field, doesn't matter.
Right.
As long as you get that quarterback off of his square and force him to make some errant throws or force him to hold on the ball too long, throw it in the dirt, throw it out of bounds, a wasted down to me is a wasted down. We just want to get him off the field. Sack is just another way to get you to the next down, whether it's a pressure behind the line, throwing out of the bounds, throwing a pick. I don't give a crap what it is. Just get them off the field. We just want more possessions on the offensive side of the ball. We want to force some good field position, force some punts and things like that of that nature. So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, Nick, what's happening? I know you've been waiting. So the question that I have posed to you, what would prove that Jaelan Phillips? No, that wasn't the question. How much does Jaelan Phillips' presence help Nic Scourton?
I think his presence helps him immensely. I think a second round guy like Scourton last year was treated kind of like a first rounder, right? He was double teamed and chipped 50 or double teamed / chipped 53% of the time last year, right? Coming off that edge. To Quantum's point, Pat Jones was the starter. Evero doesn't like playing young guys, as we know. So when Pat Jones got hurt, Scourton stepped in, and he became our best edge rusher the rest of the season. I think with the addition of Phillips and those 73 hurt pressures, defenses are going to take that into accountability. They're going to slide protections over, and it's going to open up one-on-one opportunities for Scourton. And he's going to have to capitalize on it this year.
Okay.
I think actually, Tony, I kind of wanted to give you your props real quick because I don't know if you saw that Cam Jordan quote the other day. He came out and said he thinks sacks are an overrated stat.
No, I didn't see it. What
Yeah,
was that
Cam
on?
Jordan came out about a few days ago and he was having a conversation with someone on a podcast and he was like, sacks,
Yeah.
going off sacks is the most overrated thing you can do for an edge rusher. So I just want
Yeah,
to bring that to your attention too.
I don't. Yeah, I appreciate it. I don't think it's an overrated stat.
But it's
Not at
not the
all.
end all be all.
Right. I just like I said, to me it's neither right nor wrong. It's just my opinion.
No,
Always
yeah, because
have been
his
when it comes to sacks or pressures. You know, I
yeah,
know how. What do you want to say? It's a legitimate NFL stat or not? That's cool.
it is, but I think
I
Mhm.
understand how pressure affects the
a
game
quarterback
on a
basis.
consistent basis. So that's what I go with.
And I'm kind of
Well, Nick,
paraphrasing what he
Nick,
said, but he also
you'll
said he was
love.
like a guy could be a 13 to 15 sack guy, but he might stink in the run game. You know what I mean? He might not be good at setting the
Hmm.
edge. He you know what I mean?
Well,
But I thought it was real interesting. I thought I'm
hey
not gonna
Tony,
lie,
real
bro.
quickly.
I thought about you when he said that. I'm not gonna lie, Tone. I was like, I gotta tell
Tony,
Tony this.
Tony, real quickly.
Hold on, Nick. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, real quickly, Nick, you'll love Raheem Morris then as a coach. He said stats are for dummies.
I wouldn't say.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know
that was
about
dumb on
that.
him
I
saying something
agree.
like that. But
Yeah, I don't know about that.
yeah.
But I
Um.
think Phillips will absolutely help Scourton this year for sure, for sure. Those the teams are gonna teams.
What you?
Mhm.
Go ahead, Nick. My bad. I thought you was
No, I was gonna
done.
say
Go ahead.
teams are gonna have to take account of Phillips. He is now the number one edge rusher guy, and as we know in football, teams are going to game plan according to that.
Gotcha. Well, what you think about that, Quantum? Because I know you didn't answer this particular
Yeah.
question. How much does Jaelan Phillips' presence help Nic Scourton?
It helps him immensely, like to Nick's point. Without a doubt, it helps him. I was going to ask a question. Piques my curiosity here. Do you guys recall what his former team's run support looked like? Was it Philly, right? So what was
And in
his
Miami,
what? Yeah, okay, yeah. What was the run support like there?
that's a
I
good
can't do
question.
it again, Tony.
Yeah.
See
Well,
where I'm
I
going
mean,
with this?
the run support was definitely a lot better in Philly than it was in Miami. I don't think that's even a
Okay.
question.
Okay. So with that being the case, he's now compared to here, as opposed to 2024, when our run support was trash. Last year we cleaned it up a little bit better. Wasn't off the charts, but it was obviously better than the year we went last in the league, right?
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
So with this coming season, you gotta account for the addition of Devin Lloyd and guys of the like that's going to step up and make some tackles. If that is the case, right?
Hold your thought 1 second, Quantum.
Sure.
Hey, Eternal 252. Nobody says sacks aren't important. I don't know where you getting that from. Clearly you're not understanding the conversation or debate that we're having. Nobody on this panel has said that sacks aren't important, my friend. All right. Go ahead, Quantum.
Yeah, of course. So in my estimation, right, with the fact that I believe the addition of Jaelan Phillips will, of course, undoubtedly aid in Jaelan Phillips' production. And I think they're going to help one another. I think it's going to bounce off one another because I don't think anyone expects Jaelan Phillips to get sacks, although we will graciously accept it if it does come in that package. We'll take it, right? But I think we're expecting more pressure. If he gets the sacks, good. I don't think we signed him just for sack production. I don't think that's the reason why they went out and got him. I think they said, okay, if you can create the pressure, maybe you fold him into the lap of a Derrick Brown or somebody. Maybe you fold him into the lap of a Nic Scourton. Maybe that happens. If he gets the sacks, great. But I think since the run support from where he came from is a little different from where he's coming to now, all right, that should add a little bit more gravitas to his overall performance, in my opinion. That's what I think.
Okay. Go ahead, Red. You going to say something?
Yeah. Quantum. Come on, brother. You know money management. You paying $30 million a year for a guy who's going to run people into Derrick Brown?
No, I'm not saying that. My point is, I'm not sure that. Okay, so look at this, Red. What was his overall sack production last year and the year before that?
I'll be back. I got to take this call, Tony. Hold on a second, fellas.
Go ahead, Red.
So if his
no, go ahead, Quantum. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. So see, when people actually go that way, I point you to where was his production the previous 2 seasons? One was with Philly, one was with Miami. What did he rack up in sack production there? If
well,
it was below
last year, 2025, he played half the season in Miami, and then he played the second half of the season in Philly. I don't know what his sack total. 2024, I think he was out of the league because of the ACL or Achilles injury. It was one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
But he's only been in the league 5 years, going on 5 years, or last year was his 5th year. But last year was like his healthiest season outside his rookie season.
He had
how many he had, Nick?
He had 41 pressures in 8 games for the Eagles. He had 79 for the season, so that means he had another 38 in 8 games for the Dolphins.
Yeah. How many sacks?
5.
He only had 5 total sacks.
So to Red's question, when he comes back, the previous year he was hurt, right, Tony? Last year,
2024, he was hurt.
He was hurt. Last year he had 5 sacks with a ton of pressures. In my estimation, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but if I'm the GM of the Carolina Panthers, am I looking at his sack production for the past 34 games or whatever, or am I looking at the amount of pressures that he was able to create as a reason to bring him? Because that's what we were lacking, was pressures.
Well, that's what I hold on, Nick. That's what I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
like don't get me wrong. Everybody has their opinion on whether they want sacks over pressures or which one they feel like is more important. Just looking at the broader lens of things, when you look at where Carolina ranked in pressures and sacks last year, they were at the bottom of the league, right? So in free agency, a guy is available and he's the number 1 edge rusher who happened to rank 9th or 11th in pressures, depending on if you want to believe PFF at 73 or Next Gen Stats at 63. 9th or 11th, I don't care either way. That's still really good.
I got 79, Tony.
Well, PFF says 73, and I looked at this. PFF says 73. Next Gen Stats says 63. The Panthers are going with the Next Gen Stats of 63. That's what they reported, right? So, when we talk about supply and demand, right? Simple business terminology. In 2025, we was in demand of a pass rush, pressures, sacks, all of that, right?
Yes.
Just so happened in 2025, Jaelan Phillips, his supply was high, and he was the number 1 supply chain on the board. So what you do, you go out and you sign the number 1 supply chain. Now, did Carolina pay a little bit more than probably what he was worth? Yes, that's very much a possibility. That happens every year. People tend to get a little bit more money than what they're worth, not because of their worth, because of the demand of the service that you provide. Right?
Along with, I don't think Dan Morgan wanted the Milton Williams thing to happen again this year. So he was like,
but hold on. Exactly. But hold on, fellas. Hold on. So basically what I'm saying is you can look at it from both sides or however you choose to look at it. I'm just under the belief that the Panthers saw a need and they felt like this guy can come in and they're banking on him providing said need. So everybody knows in order to get a sack, you have to get pressure first. Sacks comes after pressure. So if his pressure rate that he created by himself can translate and improve the overall defensive front or front 7 if they can improve overall because of his presence, then to me, in my opinion, the investment will be worth it.
Hey, Tony, you know what? Now, this is what I'm going to think about this. I'm going to make this comment. I think pressures can be more valuable in the sense that if you have that quarterback constantly on the run. See, sacks happen when the quarterback is either unathletic, can't escape the pressure, can't escape the grasp of a blitzing edge or whoever's coming after him, right? Sometimes he sees a blitz, sometimes he sees a sack, sometimes he doesn't, right? I mean, that could get into a quarterback's head, but I think, okay, in my mindset, I believe that pressures get in his head more. When he can't get settled, he can't step up into his throws, when he can't set his feet, when he's got to be constantly running from someone, you can't make pinpoint accurate throws up the field. You better be throwing screens or something like that, because outside of that, I think the pressure packages is what's going to cause the most problems, because guess what? We have 2 ball hawking cornerbacks. All right. I think people forget that. We have a pretty good cornerbacks now. Now, so when you just chuck it up because you're running from somebody, Mike Jack gonna take that. JC Horn gonna take that. So if you're thinking you're gonna Jaelan Phillips will get on you. He will come after you. Okay, I think people are looking at the play art or let's say the design of the packages that Evero now has pieces to basically effectuate his game plan. It's going to be different than last year because now we can create that one thing that we lacked the most was pressure. Now, we didn't have a ton of sacks. We had a few. But I think when you have the pressurized packages coming at you, quarterbacks become very unsettled. They get the happy feet. You can't step up into a throw. You can't make reads. You don't have time. Your time is, you sliver off at least a second. 1 second off of your 2.7 second average to throw the ball greatly reduces the impact that you can have on the defense if you're standing in the pocket to throw. You don't have the time. Okay, that's what I want people to understand. Pressure creates a lack of time. Okay.
Hold that thought.
Go ahead, Tony. I'm back, man. I just want to let you know that.
Hey, Red, let me drop you off. Let me get Freddie up here real quick.
All right, sound good. Hey, y'all have a good day, brothers.
All right, Fred.
Have a good day, Red.
All right, Greek. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir, I'll be listening, brother.
All right. Village Kid Show, aka Freddie. What's good?
Hey, what's going on, Tone? What's going
Not
on,
much,
Nick?
man.
What's
How
up,
you feeling?
Quantum? Hey, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
What's up, young Freddie J?
What's going on?
Hold your thought 1 second. Let me get to Nick real quick, and then I'll come back to you, Freddie. Go ahead,
All
Nick.
right.
No, you good. You good. You can let Freddie rock. What up, Freddie?
Oh,
What's
go ahead,
going on,
rock
Nick?
out, Freddie. Well, what you feel about this? The question that I posed. How does Jaelan Phillips' presence help Nic Scourton? What say you?
Well, I think taking the pressure off Nic Scourton, because as I mentioned before, Nic Scourton, I think, is our sack master. I think that taking those double teams away from him will allow him more one-on-one opportunities because as he was getting better, getting more production last season, he was double teamed more on our team. He was one of the most double teamed people on our line because we didn't have anyone else beside him. So I think taking the pressure away from him without the double teams and chips, I think that'll benefit Nic Scourton production and Jaelan Phillips production as well. I think Jaelan Phillips will add more juice to that line and just add more variety of what we can do with with our line because it's so deep and filled with talent now. I think the packages are endless to where you could rush them from the inside, the outside. You can run different things. You can just be creative with the line that we have created. I think they both go co and co. I think we need both sacks and pressures because we ranked at the bottom for a long time in both. So I think both are needed. I don't think you can have one without the other, but you definitely need both.
Right. Who and Nick, you can answer this real quick. You can go first. Who finishes with more sacks, Phillips or Scourton?
Oh, that's a tricky question. That is a tricky question because to the point I just made, Tony,
That's a good one.
I think defenses are gonna obviously pay attention more to Phillips. I'm not gonna lie, Tone. I'm leaning Phillips right now. However, I gotta see how Scourton progressed, like how much better he got. This could be subject to change. I'm gonna lean Phillips right
Uh-huh.
now, but I could have a
Okay.
different answer by the end of preseason.
All right.
I'm all in
Quantum.
on Nic Scourton.
Quantum. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold.
my bad.
Go ahead, Freddie. What you say?
I said I'm all in on Nic Scourton. I already know
Okay.
Yeah. That's me.
Quantum. What you got?
You know what, man? I always look at things from an obscure perspective when I'm thinking about these things. That's why Nick, I feel you, Nick. I see why it was a tough one to answer because Tony hit you right in between the eyes with that one. I'm going to say,
Thank you very much.
I think it's a very well structured question, Tony. I think I'm going to say Nic Scourton because here's why. I'm seeing teams run more 12 personnel to contain all this, man. That's a lot to deal with. I mean, shoot, man. They might run 13. I mean, you never know. I mean, this is going to be something they're going to have to deal with a lot. These are two freakishly athletic, fast edges and Pat Jones. Think about that. I mean, coming at you every down, you're not running it up the middle. You're not bouncing it outside. They will hawk you down, snatch you down, horse collar you, or whatever they got to do. I'm just saying, man. I think Scourton gets freed up. Like Freddie said, those double teams. You pick your poison. You're going to double team him. You're going to double team Derrick Brown. You're going to double team Jaelan Phillips. Who are you going to put your hands on? Somebody's coming one-on-one.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Who do you want rushing your quarterback one-on-one is the question that the OC got to answer.
I think it goes back to like what Tony was saying before about how we had to pay Phillips. The problem with us last year, we can all agree, we simply could not get pressure with 4. Like we had to blitz a linebacker or something or send an exotic just to get pressure. So now when we're looking at Scourton, Phillips, Brown, and Lee Hunter, I think we're looking at a situation where like you could comfortably drop back 7, and then also on top of that, right? We couldn't play a lot of man coverage last year. Why? Because we had no pass rush. Now we got a little bit of a pass rush, so I'd love to see Evero run a little more man coverage this year.
I'd like to see him be more aggressive for sure.
Yeah, he's got the pieces, Nick.
And also with the pieces of you mentioned Pat Jones and Princely, you can be more creative with that line. You could put all 4 of them.
That's the other thing too, Freddie, because when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, there was something Dan Morgan that offseason just kept alluding to how Philly they had a rotation of guys. Like they kept fresh.
Man.
They had fresh. Like
they did.
You had Nolan Smith and Josh Sweat off the edge, and then they would bring in Jalix Hunt.
Brandon Graham, that they had 3, they had 4 D tackles.
They had Milton Williams, Jordan Davis.
They just kept
and
rotating.
Jalen Carter on the D line. Like they just had so many amount of guys that they just kept fresh. And Dan Morgan always kept alluding to that in that offseason. He was like, the Eagles always had guys that they could rotate and they kept them fresh, and that's what ended up helping them.
I mean, that's something that
we're taking that approach.
Oh, go ahead, Nick. Well, I'm saying is, absolutely. I was gonna say that, and Seattle. I mean, Seattle kind of copied that formula, and it worked for them.
Copy what formula?
If you, because if you look at how Philly won the Super Bowl with their defense, and you look at Seattle's, it's more complex, but it's the same way. I've been looking at this, and I've been. That's what I've been looking at.
I would disagree and push back on that. Say that they copy Philly. Mike McDaniel is a defensive genius. He was a genius before. He was doing this in Baltimore before he even got the Seattle job, and before Baltimore, he was doing it at Michigan.
I want to talk about scheme.
Well, I'm just talking about defensive coordinator. That they style of defense. I don't think it marries the Philadelphia Eagles. What I'm saying is Mike McDaniel had his scheme built way before he came to Seattle. So to say that his scheme is married off of Philadelphia, I don't think that's true.
I
That's
think
what
if
I'm
you look
saying.
at the
Hey,
structure of
Tony.
where their defense is like
Hold on,
constructed.
Quantum. Go ahead, Freddie.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm saying if you look at the way those two defenses are constructed, I'm talking with the
Yeah.
rotation of guys because of the fact that that nobody on that line with double-digit sacks, but it was a collective and they just kept rotating
Mhm.
bodies and it didn't matter. Yes, it was a different scheme, but if you look at the structure of the way that defense was made
Right.
based on the secondary and the guys that they had on the line, it was similar to the way Philly won the Super Bowl. Not saying it's two different coordinators, two excellent coordinators. I'm saying the structure of the way those two lines and the secondary was created was what made them so similar.
I got you. And I'm glad that you brought up the Seattle Seahawks defense and how nobody on that defense had double-digit sacks,
Right.
but they created pressure for 4 quarters every game. They came
Absolutely.
at your neck for every game. And you see what, in my defense, you see the type of things that pressure can do. They wasn't mugging the double A gaps a lot. They was mugging the edge. They
Right.
was sending Devin Witherspoon from one side and Nick Emenwari from the other.
It was strategic ways of blitzing.
Yeah. So they was constantly bringing pressure, forcing you to forcing your quarterback to beat them. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And they did this game in, game out for 4 quarters, and they're Super Bowl champions. You know why? Because the whole defense benefited.
Mhm.
The whole defense.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And
So we're going.
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
Now go ahead and get your thought out.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, I've been looking at that, and I've been looking at the last two defenses and looking how the structure was made, and then I kind of look at ours. I'm like, if we can do that, it would be it would be similar to it. Of course, different coordinators, but it'd be similar to it, though, the structure, the way it's built, because our secondary is really good. And then if we could just get the front seven correct, I definitely think that we're gonna be able to fuck you, Circle. I definitely think that we're gonna be able to create and get that as well.
Circle is wild, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, can I add one more thing to back
go
here
ahead.
with young Freddie just added, and I'll make it fast. The thing about it is these additions, thank God we have one rookie on our line this year. So Efero's excuses and stuff that goes out the window. He can now play everybody, okay, with maybe some sprinkling in of Lee Hunter, right? So that's no longer an issue. So we should not see any more repeats of the final drive of the playoff game last year. Shouldn't see anything else like that. We should see a whole lot of stuff, a lot of creativity, a lot of athleticism, a lot of pressurized packages coming up there to take these guys out. We shouldn't be sitting back waiting on them to pick us off. Okay, we have the firepower now to come in and snatch these guys and put them on the ground, or at least run them out of bounds or something. So that's all I wanted to add to that.
All right. So this is the conclusion of the second poll, which was what would make Phillips' first Panthers season successful. 75% chose major team pass rush improvement. Number 2 and number 3 were tied at 13%. And number 1 got 0%. So I appreciate you guys for joining in with the poll. All right. So we're gonna reset this a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the last topic. The first 2 topics establish the personnel question. Brown gives Carolina a centerpiece inside. Phillips improves the edge. Scourton has a meaningful year 2 opportunity. So now we bring the group together and ask whether the front can change how Evero calls defense. All right. Yeah.
Just said it.
I love this.
Said it.
So topic 3 is, can Evero's front dictate games? Can Evero front dictate games? All right. So We're going to try to connect the individual talent to the run defense, 4-man pressure, coverage support, third down performance, and late game execution. So the question to you fellas is Carolina defensive front finally built to dictate games, or will Evero still have to scheme around too many unanswered questions? Freddie can go first, but before you go, Freddie, if you're enjoying the show, enjoying the content, enjoying the debate and the conversation, enjoying the vibe, show support for the show. Scan that QR code that's in the top right corner of the screen. I would greatly appreciate that. You can also hit the PayPal link that's linked in the YouTube chat. Also, if you are watching the show through the Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, show love for the channel and support through the super chat as well. I would greatly appreciate that. My daily goal is $25 each day. Today, like I always say, I'm not trying to pay no rent or phone bill or nothing like that. Just $25. So again, we're over 2.5 hours into the show. If you find this show being beneficial to help you get your morning started or jump start through the day, hey, show love to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. And before you go, Fred, let me just catch up on a few comments real quick. I don't know what circle time. Rich wants to sheesh, you guys speak as if you unlock some secret sauce to playing defense. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes, not the X's and O's. Just saying. Appreciate that, Red Swarm. Eternal 252 said, I like how people say Evero don't have excuses, like our defense is in our great spot. Okay. Black Ron said, my brother Nick, what's good, my guy?
What's good, man?
Still mad at Honda said, Red, are you bloviating again?
What up, Honda?
What up, G Honda?
Red Swarm said 252. That's why I don't hold Quantum's optimism against him. He's always optimistic.
That's where the money's at, Red. That's where the money's at, Red.
Roll Master say Vero's scheme been the problem this whole time. Doesn't know how to utilize the talent. All right. Cool CC said, what up? What's going on, Cool CC? Glad you tapped in, my guy. Hit that like button for me. If you haven't hit that like button, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Turn the post notification bell. Select all so you'll be made aware whenever I do go live. Right now it's Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be right here for you to help you get your day started. Red, are you talking to Still Maddie? So yeah, go ahead, Freddie. You got first on this question.
It can dictate games if they play as a unit together and not play individually wise. And that means by Evero putting them in positions to succeed, because if they play as a unit, when you play as one, you play a lot better than as you do individually. And I give an example to, I hate this team, but I give the example to the New Orleans Saints, the way they was able to play as a unit, even though they don't have a lot of superstars, but they played as a unit.
Open yourself up to. You gonna
I don't care. I don't care.
Hey, Freddie,
but it's a good point.
Freddie, give us some meat. Don't give us that Bryce Young podium answer, Freddie. Give us some meat, brother. Give us some meat.
Well, I mean, it still stands. Playing as a unit and playing as one makes more sense than just playing instead of playing individually for the superstar number, playing as one and doing your 1 of 11 and playing as a unit is better than just having a bunch of superstars doing individually, just playing individually, but playing together. Because it's a team game.
Go ahead, Nick.
I think, obviously, not to be corny, but like matchups matter too, right? Like styles make fights.
Obviously.
But when I look at games like, early on in the season, like the Browns, the Bears week 1, the Falcons, I think our defense our front seven could absolutely dictate those games. And I think when you have an all-pro caliber who's a proven All-Pro now in Devin Lloyd. Derrick Brown is an All-Pro caliber player. You have two guys in your front seven who are All-Pro caliber, and then you add Jaelan Phillips, who's literally Pro Bowl caliber. Like, we got studs in this front seven, and we got game changers in this front seven. It literally, like, I know people are skeptical about Evero. Me personally, I don't think he's had the talent since he's been here. You know, I think now he has the talent. So we're gonna see how good he really is as a coordinator. I think Evero gets a lot of flack when in reality he's a coach who makes adjustments. He's a coach who, you know, in 2024, he was bottom 3 at disguising coverages in the league as a D coordinator, whereas this year he was in the top 5 at disguising coverages. So the fact that he went into an
Yeah.
offseason, realized, hey, I got to make an adjustment, I got to do something different, and he went out and did it, and it benefited us. When I look at that, along with adding the talent we've added, there's no reason for me to believe why this front seven and this defense can't keep us in damn near every game this year.
Okay. Go ahead, Quana.
Okay, so check this out. I don't have a crystal ball, but I guess I'm gonna have to take Evero's shiny head and use that.
Oh my god. Oh my
Go ahead,
god.
Nick. I mean, go ahead, Quana.
So I'm gonna say it this way. As far as scheme is concerned with him, with this crop of talent that he has, it's a little better than last year. Okay, I would say at least 10, 11, 12% better than it was last year, at least on the line. Secondary is almost about what it was last year with just more experience. Okay. Now, I think scheme will become a factor if these D linemen can't shed some blocks. They get thrown in the dirt by these tackles and whatever have you, if they can't get back there. The only problem I see scheme will have to be a factor is if those things occur and our linemen just can't get home and chase this guy off his square and prevent him from throwing these deep shots on us. I think if he's able to sustain time in the pocket to some degree and pick on Nic Scourton for all intents and purposes, if he's able to pick him apart, I think then he's going to have to figure out something with a scheme. I think the scheme will be more of a factor if the line can't do their job and get home, can't create that pressure. But if they can, okay, the secondary is going to have a cake day. It's going to be a cake day for the secondary because they're going to be able to take picks and pass breakups going to be easier. You know, they're going to be able to do more on the back end of the field if the pressure is there. But if that pressure stumbles, if they can't get home, expect Nic Scourton to get picked on for a while. And that's when Evero's going to have to dig in his old bag and create some kind of scheme to get back there, to get this dude down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day. You know what I'm saying? So that's my perspective.
Yeah, I really hope. No, it makes sense. It makes good sense. I just hope, like Nick alluded to when he was talking, like this is probably the best talent that Evero has had since being in Carolina. You know, as a whole, from when we talking about from front to the back end, all 11, all 11 starters. And I hope it allows him to do more than what he was able to do in previous years. We saw a little bit of it last year. People, especially on the front, stay relatively healthy outside of Tershawn Wharton. I would love to see him be more aggressive. I would love to see a little bit more of aggressive attacking style. Now I know that's wishful thinking because I don't think that's in Evero's nature for this defense. But I think Dan Morgan and Dave Canales may want to see a little bit more of the defense being aggressive. So if that is the case, which I'm hoping is the case, Evero dials it up a little bit more this year, given that the talent that he has stays healthy and show that they're able to produce at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not just going to be running stunts and games out there with people and they can't show you that they can get home with said stunts and games. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
think the cornerback position definitely helps you when it comes to pass protection. We got two really, really good corners in Mike Jack and JC Horn. Mike Jack stepped up and kind of like broke out, if you will, the last 8-10 games of the season. You know what I'm saying? So you got that to hang your hat on from a defensive coordinator position. So solidifying that front four, then the linebacker group, which I'll be talking about the linebackers, cornerbacks, and safeties tomorrow. But if you could solidify that middle, I think that'd be very beneficial for Evero defense. Go
Hey,
ahead,
Tony.
Quanah.
Let me ask you something. What's the best scheme to stop short and quick passes?
Well, that can be a myriad of things. Are you trying to stop short the enemy that passes over the middle to the flat?
Yeah. Over the middle and to the flat. I ain't worried about the deep shots. So I'm worried about that quick stuff. Those chain mover plays. You know what I'm saying? If there's a reason I asked you that though.
I would say cover two.
Okay.
Because cover two is designed to keep everything in front of you. One thing I don't like about our safeties, and again, this is part of Evero's scheme, I believe, is that they bail too easy. They don't, you already 10 to 12 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Why are you turning and bailing and getting 20, 25 yards deep? I don't think that's necessary. There's different things that can happen because there's always little nuances in each scheme. Whether you're talking about cover two, cover one, cover three buzz. How do your linebackers drop back? How shallow they drop back? How deep they drop back? It's just all kind of different things. Are you securing the flats? What is the defensive call? Are they running palms to the outside or are they running it to the inside slot man? Just all kind of different ways.
The reason I'm asking, go ahead, Nick.
I was just going to say one thing in regards to Evero, and I know people are skeptical of him and whatnot, but my thing is this. We historically had the worst defense in NFL history after the 2024-2025 season. And the Panthers extended Evero. What does that tell you? What should that tell Panther fans? That should tell Panther fans the organization was like, Derrick Brown was out. He clearly doesn't have the personnel, but we believe in his philosophy. Because why else would you get an extension? Canales said it this past year that the extension happened prior to the 2025-26 season starting. So Evero's coming off a historically bad season, but he gets paid? Why?
Yeah. That's got to be what you said, Nick. That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. Why?
Y'all know
Go
something?
ahead.
Interesting.
Go ahead, Freddie.
Well, I mean, just based off the topic, I think it all just has to come together with the new pieces. I think if the new pieces flow well and with the chemistry we've already created with a lot of the guys who have the chemistry anyway, I think this has potential to be one of the best defenses in the league just because we've only improved every season. So that's what I expect.
You know something, Tony. The reason I asked you that question a moment ago about what's the best coverage to deploy to beat the quick short pass, well, that's going to be the thing right there with the addition of a Devin Lloyd that can create all types of issues underneath. Right, you're not going to be able to do what they did on us last year in the middle of the field. It's just not going to be that easy anymore. It probably was last year and the year before, but not this year. And the fact that you now have heightened your pass rush capability, right? So you're going to have less time to get those quick passes out. You see what I'm saying? So we kind of like forcing a Bigfoot into a little shoe. It's kind of how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm feeling about it. It's like we're going to squeeze them into something they're very uncomfortable with. That's how I'm looking at it.
Well,
That's what I'm expecting.
hopefully, I mean, like I said, hopefully Evero does become more aggressive.
Yeah.
His defense isn't an attacking style defense like a Mike McDaniel in Seattle, like Mike Mentor in Baltimore. That's just not his defense. That's not
He's
Fangio's.
conservative. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
banking
that's
on
not
you to make the
Fangio's
mistake.
defense.
Did you say Mike Minter?
Yeah, that.
No,
Yeah,
Jesse
Mike.
Minter. He meant Jesse Minter.
Jesse Mentor. Jesse
Oh, I'm
Mentor.
about to say.
Yeah.
What the heck going on?
Well,
Okay,
one of
go
them in
ahead.
the boys. I mean, yeah.
I'm about to
His
say, where did
brother.
Mike Minter get a job?
But yeah, Tone,
Yeah.
to your point, yeah, Evero runs a
Dang.
defense where it's like he's conservative. He's gonna bank on you making the mistake, and he's not gonna let the big play happen over the top. Because T. Cole made a great point.
Yeah.
You know, a few weeks ago when I was back on Unk's channel, he made a great point. He was like, "Listen, Evero is he's like when you look back at the season last year, how many times did we get beat deep? Like genuinely, it didn't
Yeah.
Not
happen,
many.
bro.
It
It
was
did
like
not
not
happen.
many.
not
It
at
barely
all.
happened.
Hardly at all. Hardly ever.
It was
Like
Right.
I'm trying to
almost
think of a
zero.
game where someone
Once.
threw a
What,
40, 50
But
yard bomb and completed on
probably
us.
but
The
let me
Olave
just
the Olave
Chris Olave.
touchdown where he threw JC to the ground. That's probably the only one I could think of though.
yeah.
But that should have been
OPI.
interference
But
on
let
him.
me just give y'all an example, and I think this is what Quantum was making when he asked me that question. So with Evero in his scheme, it's cover two shell. Well, exactly, it's a static cover two shell, and what that means is you're eliminating giving the quarterback any answers pre-snap. If you pay attention, there's not a lot of movement pre-snap. They can look like they're in the cover two shell. They look like they're in the split, but that cover two shell, that's pre-snap. Post-snap, it can roll into a cover four. That cover two can roll into a cover three zone or cover one man. There's so many things you can do, but the benefit of it is not allowing the quarterback give him a heads up as to what
Dictate.
you're in pre-snap, right?
Yeah.
So it caused them a bit more confusion post-snap, especially if he's under center and he's running play action and he turns his back. Well, in that split second, you know what I'm saying, that defense that you saw pre-snap is totally something different. And now you got to try to figure that out. But with the Vero scheme, the thing that hurt him a lot is on third down. We all know if it's 3rd and 8, our cornerbacks are sitting 12 yards off the ball. So that gives the receivers 4 yards to work with to get to the sticks, right?
Right.
Then we just talked about how the safeties always bailing. They turn 12, 15-yard depth into 25, sometimes 30 yards. Nic Scourton look like he be in the damn end zone every play. You know what I'm saying? So that leaves. So yeah, true. You're not going over the top of them, but you killing them in the deep middle. Hence the Rams game on that last series in the playoffs. They dinked and dunked us down the field over the middle all game, and then he hit the tight end for that touchdown on the outside. But we give up so much room between the linebacker and the safety each and every pass play that it's disgusting.
Yeah.
That
was my point, Tony.
Is disgusting. So if you I don't know if he runs a whole lot of Tampa 2, but you got to have you a linebacker that can drop. Not
That's
10
my point,
yards.
Tony. That's
Tampa
my point.
2, you dropping to almost where it looks like it's a 3-man safety, but it's a linebacker in the middle.
That's my point, Tony. That's what I was getting at right there. You got me. Yep.
All right. So let's see.
Real quick. Go ahead. Real quick, Tone. I just want to Eternal 252 said facts, Nick. This goes back to what Red Swarm said. Shout out Swarm. The Jimmies and Joes matter more than the X's and O's, because you could have a great scheme but you have a crap player in there. Yeah, that you could put a bandage over that player and cover him for a quarter or two, but at the end of the day, like, a shit player is still gonna be a shit player. And then, as Blackout said, Von Miller was his scheme in Denver. Brother, Von Miller was past his prime when Evero was in Denver. Von Miller was not
Yeah.
a. Evero was there in 2021 and 2022, bro. He was gone by then. He wasn't even there.
Nah, he's
If
at
he
the
was, he
Rams, I
wasn't
think.
even. If he was, he wasn't even a factor. Yeah, he
Nah.
left Denver
Yeah,
in
Von Miller was definitely
2021.
a shell of
With the
himself in that
Rams, I
time.
think it's at the Rams by then.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was,
Somewhere.
he
Yeah,
left
he
Denver in
left and went to the
2021.
Rams.
He went to the
Yeah.
Rams. Yeah.
and he won a
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. Another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Freaking crap.
Yep.
Yeah. Evero
So,
is not gonna go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry.
do y'all kind of piggybacking off the discussion that we were just having about Evero's scheme? Do y'all believe the roster now match Evero's scheme? Quantum, you can go first on this one.
I think it favors his scheme emphatically, as opposed to 2 years ago or whatever when he was at the bottom of the league in his production as far as the DC is concerned. It does favor his scheme a lot more now. I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
All right. Nick, what you think?
I think absolutely it fits the players. I mean, okay, Jaelan Phillips, for example, right? He was just with Vic Fangio. He was with Vic Fangio in Miami. He was with Vic Fangio in Philly. Vic Fangio,
Right.
Evero runs a Vic Fangio style defense. He's gonna
Yep.
play Tampa
Yeah,
2. He's gonna play cover 3.
He runs a variant of it. Yes.
Yeah, it's basically exactly. It's a variant of it, right? And we saw Jaelan Phillips produce in that scheme. So why won't I believe he won't produce here, especially when he got two hog mollies in the middle who are going to eat up blocks in Derrick Brown and Lee Hunter, right? We
Derrick Brown.
have a perennial amazing off-ball linebacker now, which I'm pretty sure Evero told Dan, like, Dan, I'm not gonna win with Christian Roseboom and Claude and Sherless, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I need a play. I need the Jimmys and Joes. You know what I mean? So when I look at what he does in cover 2, obviously we know you need a middle linebacker who can cover the middle of the field. We got that in Trevin Wallace, and Devin Lloyd, especially. Both of them cover well. They're both great coverage linebackers. Devin Lloyd is probably one of the better coverage linebackers in the league after Fred Warner. So we got that, right? Cover 3, Nic Scott is our rangy safety. I mean,
So our middle safety?
the thing, Evero
He's a
doesn't
Mike.
like playing young guys, especially in the
Fair enough.
secondary. So we're not going to
Yeah.
see a lot of Zakee Wheatley unless he comes out and just goes ape shit in the preseason. And
Right.
just
Yeah.
has a Sean
That's a
Taylor
good
type
point.
preseason.
That's a good
But
point.
Nick
That's a
Scott
fact.
is going to be our guy. That's Evero's boy since going back to
Hey,
the Rams.
hey Nick,
He
Go
trusts
ahead,
him,
Freddie.
and
I
he
would
trusts him.
say that the personnel absolutely does favor his scheme. I think this is the best. This is one of the most stacked defenses we've had in a long time. I think that it favors his scheme well, and I think they should do well in this scheme.
Yeah. Hey Nick, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Tony. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, you fine. I was just gonna tell the Eternal, man. I thought he was going to sleep with these crazy comments. Go ahead, Quantum.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Nick, do you think that Lathan Ransom can supplant Nick Scott? Do you think he can play that position?
Oh man, Quantum. He had a 93 coverage grade coming out of college playing free safety, and I get that. I really
Right.
do. However, when I watch Lathan Ransom, when I watch the aggression he plays with, to me, he's a splitting image of Trayvon Moehrig.
I keep telling people this.
I've been saying
Yeah.
this since we got Lathan Ransom. I'm like, bro, this is Trayvon Moehrig's replacement, and he's going to end up being that. Trust me. We are going to
Yeah.
move on from Trayvon Moehrig this year, and Lathan Ransom will be that Trayvon. He's going to play that Trayvon Moehrig role.
Right.
I don't see him I see Zakee more as the free safety. He's long, he's wiry, he's rangy.
Okay.
6'3", long arms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I trust a guy like that playing center field. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? He's rangy as hell.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I was wondering because I don't know if he's as tall. Maybe they were on the same height.
But no,
But the way he
Lathan
played,
Ransom like 5'11" maybe.
yeah, that's how I was
I think
6'1"?
late. I think he's like 6 feet 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1" maybe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
205.
You're right. He's more of a Trayvon Moore mode.
power guy, power shots.
Can he play free safety? Yes, but he's better in the box. Absolutely better in the
better than
box.
strong side.
Where if Carolina decides to move on for Trayvon Moore next year after his third year, I think Lathan Ransom will be I think he will be ready to step into that position. Zakee Wheatley is Nic Scott's replacement. Zakee Wheatley plays the free safety spot like a strong safety.
Yeah.
The way that he triggers and comes downhill, but he has the range and the instincts to play free safety. So I mean, he's good in pass coverage, and he's definitely good against the run too.
Yeah, what side is Will Lee? Who is he backing up? JC or
I don't know yet.
According
that's what I boundary
corner. So the speculation is that is like he's actually in a battle with Corey Thornton for the nickel is what I was hearing.
Interesting.
No.
Yeah.
Will Lee not playing the slot.
Yeah.
No. Well, I don't think the fact that Thornton is undrafted is going to mean anything. He solidified his spot last year, then he got hurt.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Corey Thornton was playing excellent football last year before he got hurt.
He's back healthy this season, so I think the cornerback position is his to lose. Now, Will Lee can definitely provide depth behind him, but I don't believe, in my opinion, I don't believe it's a camp battle.
Tony, we are quietly building a Legion of Boom secondary. Quietly. It's happening.
I agree with that, Nick.
We are quietly building an elite, super elite secondary.
We all know that Corey Thornton will WWE power slam you, so that ain't an issue.
We saw that.
Sure. We hit you with a jackhammer, Goldberg style.
Hey, we got some power. Hey, we got some guys that are physical back there, man.
And Will Lee too. Will Lee got those highlights of him pressing dudes into the freaking sideline.
That's what I'm saying. That's your
hold on one second, fellas. Hey, we are 3 hours into the live, man, and I'm $15 away from hitting my goal, man. $15 away from hitting my $25 daily goal. I'll greatly appreciate it if somebody would scan that QR code at the top right. Hold on, Nick. If you scan that QR code in the top right, it will take you to my PayPal. I'll greatly appreciate it. There's also a link in the YouTube chat that's pinned that will also take you to my PayPal. I would greatly appreciate it. 3 hours, a good vibe, good conversation, good debate, good energy. Hey, I don't know what more you can ask for, man. Hey, show love to the channel. Like I said, I would greatly appreciate it. Go ahead, Nick. What you gonna say? No,
I was gonna say, do you have a Cash App or a Venmo, Tony?
No. Cash App. I don't have Cash App. It's not available over here. I don't know much about Venmo. Yeah. So I just have PayPal. Think about maybe setting up Zelle because I do have my Bank of America, but PayPal works everywhere.
Tony, you use a VoIP for your WhatsApp, or do you use like because I know you got to use like.
Wait, Tony, do you have an? I'm sorry, Quantum. Do you have an iPhone, Tony, by any chance?
Yeah.
No.
Oh damn.
No, Quantum, I don't use a voice over IP. No.
Okay. Let me get your number.
But you can
Apple Cash you. Apple Pay you.
I think you can pay Apple through PayPal. So just scan the QR code or hit the link.
Yeah, you can.
I think you can pay through Apple or Samsung. Yeah. Greatly appreciate it if you guys would do that. Let me throw another question.
Freddie gonna drop that 50 piece on you.
Oh God.
Oh, this is a good question. And Freddie, No, Nick, you go first, and then Freddie. With what we have on paper, so you talking about Nic Scott, and these who I think are the projected starters. Nic
Yeah.
Scott. I'm not Nic Scott. I didn't mean to say Nic Scott. Nic Scourton, Derrick Brown. Let's just say Lee Hunter and Jaelan Phillips, right?
Right.
Can these 4 rushers consistently affect the quarterback?
Yes.
Go ahead. Not you, Freddie. Go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead, Nick.
All right, go ahead, Freddie. We'll come back to Nick.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm doing the PayPal thing. My fault, Tone. I muted myself.
Okay,
My fault. I'm doing the PayPal
Oh,
thing.
you good? You
I'll
good?
answer
Go ahead,
after.
Freddie.
I would say yes, that they absolutely have the ability to affect the quarterback consistently throughout every game. I would say yes.
Okay, what makes you say that?
I would say that all of them have different skill sets, and they could as I said, play off of each other with their different abilities and their different ways that they play. They could definitely affect the quarterback in different ways. Like Jaelan is more speed, Nick is more
Can't hear him.
power.
I'm gonna drop out and come back.
Oh, all right. Jalen's more speed, Nic Scourton's more power. Lee Hunter is more quick first step, and then Derrick Brown is the mauler. He's the mauler. He's just gonna toss people out the way like sack of potatoes. So I think they can definitely affect the quarterback in different ways, that using their different skill sets, and then playing off of each other. Of course, playing
Tone,
as
you got
one on
that?
the line.
Hold on, let me check real quick. Go ahead and answer the question real quick, Quanah.
Yes, sir. I believe that all those guys have unique attributes that grant them the permissible characteristics that they can utilize in a defense like Evero's to make it work. Nic Scourton, and the only thing I see right now is with the addition of Lee Hunter and Jaelan Phillips not being as familiar with the system yet, having to work their way through it a little bit. But individualistic attributes is going to weigh heavily upon the outcome of what they do provide as an addition to the defensive line. So I think those players do add a lot with their personal skill sets. They can possibly overcome some lag with the learning curve of the playbook, because they're both going to have to get that. Now, I don't know if Jaelan Phillips' playbook is similar to the where he comes from, is similar to Evero's, if it's the same kind of defense. I don't know. I don't know what they ran in Philly compared to what we run. But, that's the only little thing I think about is the Devin Lloyds of the world, and, Jaelan Phillips getting up to date with that playbook and being able to execute that scheme with those physical attributes. But aside from that, yes, if they're healthy, it's going to be a wrap.
Okay. Hey, shout out to Nick Tri-State for that PayPal gift. Yes, Nick, I got it. I greatly appreciate you, my boy.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate that love. Hey, I ain't gonna tell you what he sent, but that shouldn't stop you from giving. If the show has been great for you this morning, we are 3 hours and 15 minutes into the show. Yeah, bring you great conversation, great discussion, great debates, great energy. Go ahead and answer the question. Yeah, go ahead, Quanah.
I just got a question. How heavy is that little red tripod, man, when you get a lot of coins in there? Does it get heavy?
Mm-hmm.
That little bell. I'm just messing with you.
Hey, what I can say, it ain't heavy enough. How about that? Yeah,
that's the right answer.
Perfect answer right there, Tone. Perfect answer right there.
Hey, Tone, I set you up. I set you up good with that one. Now.
That was a perfect answer, by the way.
Perfect.
That was the right
answer.
answer. There you go.
Hey, Nick, go ahead and answer the question. Can the 4 pass rushers or the 4 rushers that I just mentioned, can they consistently affect the quarterback?
Yes, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Okay. Why so? Why you think so?
I'm assuming you're talking about our starting front four, right? Not just the edge, because the
Right. Yeah,
audio.
no.
Okay.
The projected starting front four.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm huge. I'm a huge fan of Lee Hunter. I think he was in the 90th. He was in the 90th percentile in pass rush win rate, along with pass rush win rate at in under 1.5 seconds, like winning early in pass rush reps. Right now, whether
Yeah.
he can whether that translates to the NFL level, we'll see. But the fact that he was low key a pretty dominant pass rusher in college, even though didn't
Yeah.
have gaudy sack numbers, but he was winning his reps. You know what I mean? Um, when I add that with Derrick Brown and Jaelan Phillips who's in a scheme that he's comfortable with, along with the ascension of Nic Scourton, you're damn right. Shit. As Clay Davis said in The Wire, shit.
Hey, real quick. Hey, everybody chat, give my boy Milo the Great a round of
Milo.
applause. He said biased opinion. What's up? Hey, what's going on with you,
bro.
Milo?
Milo? Oh my God! Come on, bro.
Hey, I know he dying laughing with that.
That man said Milo. Come on, bro.
Milo.
Really?
I'm about to use that
Broski
when I
Bear
talk to
said,
him. Milo.
Tony has done it again.
Hey, I like the way that he did that too, Tony. He was like Tony,
Yeah.
Tony, and Tony.
That's
Yeah.
a group, Freddie. Did you know that?
No, I
Yeah,
did
you
not
ain't know that? You Fred? Yeah.
I'm too young for that one.
That's R&B singing group. Come on, man. They got
Yeah.
Come on, Freddie. They got iconic hits.
He ain't know Quantum. The
I
boy
know,
just
he ain't
turned
know.
18.
Hey,
turned
hold on.
18.
Whoa. Hey.
My bad, Freddie. My bad, Freddie.
Freddie say, I'm almost 21. I got hair on my chest.
What? Oh, almost 21.
Yeah,
he is.
Damn,
Tony,
Fred, I can't even send you to the ABC store yet.
I'll be
Yeah,
21 Friday,
hey,
Tony.
listen, Tone. I was about to say he about to be legal now when he turns 21.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Send him to the
Bro, you
package
still
store.
can't get
like your granddaddy
alcohol.
used to say,
God
Tony.
damn, you young.
Hey, Tony, like
Yeah.
your granddaddy used to say, go to the package store for me, boy.
Yeah. I can't. Hey, Quantum. I can't even tell.
What's
I
up?
can't even tell Freddie go get me a fifth of Douce. Damn.
Nah, you can't send him yet. You got to wait a couple more weeks. His birthday's right around the corner.
Hey.
No, not a couple
Hey,
more
Nick.
weeks. Call him Friday. Friday is my birthday.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
I'm going live too,
Hey,
right?
4 days.
everybody-
4 days.
Everybody in chat also give my boy Dino Bravo 87, aka Smokey, a round of applause. He said, "Yeah, Milo, he's very biased. Y'all watch this nigga, man. Okay, all right, Smokey, we greatly appreciate it. Hey, you can show support for the show. I would greatly appreciate it. The QR code is in the top right. The link to the PayPal is in the YouTube chat pin. I greatly appreciate it. There, Smokey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Smokey.
Shout out,
Damn.
Bloody.
Tenderloin
Shout out,
Tony
Bloody.
on the line, boy. Y'all know.
Yeah, the Bells 05.
Shout out, Bloody.
What's good with you?
Hey, yo.
Said Freddie is only 12.
Stupid. And he said that because all he did was swap the numbers.
Dang, they on you now,
All
Freddie.
he did was swap the numbers. Fuck you. Hey, yo,
Oh,
Circle.
Freddie
Fuck
Gerber,
you.
baby.
Hey, yo, fuck you, Circle. Yeah. Fuck you, Water Moccasin. Fuck you.
They on you now,
Calm down,
Freddie.
Freddie. Calm down, Freddie. Calm down.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna ask one more question before we get up out of here.
It's getting good.
Yeah, how I want to go with this?
Hit us with a good one,
okay,
Tenderloin Tony.
Yeah, I got you.
You seen
That's
that
all
movie?
right. That's all right.
Tony know the movie I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. And Quantum, you can go first on this one.
Yes, sir.
What is a fair team sack expectation?
Ooh,
Team.
really good. Let's see. Well, Well, okay, can I ask you one little small sliver of a question before I answer that?
Nope, you cannot.
God dang it, Tony. All right, so I guess I'm about to use my best guess, my best estimate. Let's see. God dang, this is tough, man.
I hate Circle so much, yo.
Oh, God.
I hate that dude so much.
I got real tears.
You call him Macaroni Tony.
Yes, that 1-800.
Oh God. I ain't gonna go off the rails messing with you, Circle. Go ahead, Quantum.
I'm with you, man. Hey, Circle will divert your whole talking point.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I ain't even let him do me like that. I ain't finna let him do me like that.
I'm gonna say about 40, 43. 43.
43? Okay.
43.
That would be 13 more than last year. I think we had 30 as a team last year.
And I'm adding. I'm hopefully getting some production of that level out of Jaelan Phillips, and maybe if they blitz JC Horn a couple times, that's what I want to see.
Hey, you know what? JC Horn is good coming off those corner blitz.
I know.
He's good coming off those corner blitz.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's about three good ones right there. That's good 3.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Freddie.
I would say between 45 and 47, and that's also including JC Horn. If we do use him in some packages with the nickel, that would be great. You
said 47?
Yeah, I said 47.
That's a lot.
Oh, shoot.
That's a lot. That's
Okay.
a big jump.
Yes, it is.
47
Well,
47 probably puts us at top 10, top 12 in the league.
I mean, hey.
I look at it like this, Tony.
Shoot for the stars, Freddie.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Nick.
I look at it like this. I think Phillips and Scourton combined, I think they can get 20 combined.
Right? I like that.
I can see that.
I think Brown and Hunter combined can get, we'll call it 10. I'll call it 10.
Okay.
I'll say DB gets us about 6.5. Let's say Lee Hunter gets us about 3.5. So there's 30.
Okay.
It could be 7 and 3, Tone. But I'm just putting a base. I'm putting a base point on it.
Are you blitzing any linebackers, Nick?
We got to get some. Obviously, you're going to get some linebacker blitzes. So I'm going to count. With the other edge rushers, Princely, Pat Jones. I think 41 to 45 should be. If we're in that range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quantum, I believe, said 43.
Yeah.
I think that's good. That's a solid number.
Gerald Stick said the league average is 42 to 44 sacks.
Woo!
Red said the same thing.
I'm at 47.
So over. Yeah, so we're right around, me and Quantum are right at the average. Freddie a hair over.
Yeah.
We're right there, Nick. We're right there, Nick. Because I don't want to put any undue pressure on the fact that these new guys you got to account for the fact though that they don't know the playbook as well.
Papa said 40 for him.
Yeah. They might come on a little later in the season. I'll say maybe in the first quarter of the season they may come on because they're new. You got to realize they don't know the system as well. So I'm accounting for those about 2 or 3 games where it's kind of like some of that. That's what I'm trying to account for. So
we just need more games where I think last year we had like 6 games where we ended with 1 sack or 0. We can't have that.
No.
We need to eliminate those types of games.
Stat.
We need to eliminate those types of games.
Facts, Nick.
All right.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you guys got anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
I'm gonna leave with something controversial.
Oh boy.
Y'all
Go ahead,
buckle up.
Nick. I wouldn't expect anything less. Go ahead.
I'll just put it to y'all like this. I'll let y'all read between the lines. I just hope to God JC Horn stays healthy this year. That's all I gotta say.
Oh man.
Because if he gets another concussion, we're gonna have to start having some uncomfortable conversations. I just hope and pray.
Oh, gone.
Boy.
You got to do that right before camp start.
Are we serious?
I know.
Hey man. Hey, listen. My motto is you got to be prepared for anything.
Where's my
in life.
sage at? No,
Hey,
where my sage at?
Hey, I got to meditate on that one.
Hey, put him in some bubble wrap, man. We don't need him till week 1.
I gotta meditate on that one. That's insane.
Nope. Hey, we don't need
what you got? What you got, Quantum?
So I'll say this: improvements on the defensive side of the football this year, up and coming. So we should move up about 4 or 5 slots. I would say that's about fair assessment given what we've done. Bryce Young taking the league by storm this contract year. So be looking out for that, guys.
Yeah. Hold on, you're right. Gotta leave shine out BY9. Let's go BY9.
That's
Big
right.
leap.
That's right.
Big leap. Yeah, big. And listen, Tone, one more thing. I'm sorry.
I try not to bring it up, Tony. I
The
try.
closer we get to the season, the more annoying I'm gonna get about Jonathan Brooks. I'm letting y'all know now.
And I was just about to touch on. I was about to touch on the whole team.
Nick,
by the way,
I avoided that with Nick on purpose.
Hey, I bet you did.
Yeah.
But I would just say like this team getting better as a whole, playing more consistent complementary football, and of course the quarterback BY9 taking a big leap would be huge for us to be the team that we believe that we can be.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Look at Bloody. Look at Bloody.
What Bloody say?
Oh wow! Hey, I mean again.
Touchdowns, Bloody? I hope so. Is that touchdowns and passing yards?
No, that's passing yards. No, that's passing yards.
No. He's got a 34 right there, though. He's got a 34 right there. That's touchdown.
I think
he said ceiling is 34 to 3,600 passing yards.
That's passing yards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2 playoff wins right there, buddy.
The touchdowns are more important.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, if he gets 27,
3,400 yards, but he throw 32 touchdowns.
Hold on, Quantum, hold on. Freddie, did you give me yours?
I mean, do you want me to say it again?
No, I'm saying your last statement. Did you say something?
I did.
Okay, you did? All right.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, I'm going to get up out of here. So my closing statement is Carolina has enough talent to raise the standard. Derrick Brown in this camp ranked 5th among NFL defensive tackles after recording 73 tackles, 5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, and 7 passes defended. Jaelan Phillips in his camp after producing 5 sacks and 61 quarterback pressures, the left highest pressure total among NFL edge rushers. Brown anchors the middle. Phillips adds an established edge threat. Nic Scourton has an opportunity to take the next step. Now the front must prove it can control early downs, stop the run without constant extra help, and affect quarterbacks with 4 rushers. The Panthers look to improve. Camp will tell us whether they are complete. Carolina may finally have the defensive front Ejiro Evero needs. Now it has to perform like it. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. If you did, share it with a friend or family member. And don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. And don't forget to subscribe as well. If you want even more content, consider becoming a member on Patreon and subscribing to my YouTube channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Check the comments in the YouTube description for all the links. All right. I'll catch you guys next time. And until then, keep pounding.